Welcome to a special overtime. Every time we're gonna go march for the dairy farmers, first and foremost for the butchers, for the bakers. Nobody's giving me sponsorship, but just got this donation, so we're gonna go to the mountain from my lair, Prive's lair underneath, and now we're gonna go from my neighborhood out in the east, until we reach the mountain top on Mount Royal here from the NDG. Let's go. Put the backpack. Gonna hydrate with some milk. Thank you for that donation. Gotta appreciate it. Was donated the milk, so I took it. It was kind of got say that it's best before. It said best before April 6th, best before April 6th, but it's 15 today. So from my neighborhood, sun is shining. Turn my head left and right before I cross the street. From my neighborhood, we're gonna march, and I'm doing the work with this laptop. Sometimes you gotta work with the tools that you're given. Gotta salute for the dairy farmers today, 7 days after that. Special eclipse for the farmers, for the butchers, for the nurses, for the doctors. Daycare workers right there, for the firefighters, LOV to the firefighters, to the butchers, to the bakers, to the nurses. Rock and roll overtime 24/7. Look at that rainbow. You can't see it well on the camera, but from the sun shining on that Grand Boulevard here, the corner of Notre Dame de Grasse, NDG Street, and Grand Boulevard, it looked like it was a rainbow shining on it. So we're gonna march a few kilometers. We're gonna go east from the west, and we're gonna rock and roll for the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, for the doctors, for the firefighters, all the truckers on the road with meditations, independent Aspie. Got that Asperger's with retrograde amnesia, and as always, gotta say my gratitude. Grateful, thankful that my rent's paid, electricity bills paid, got food and coffee. Gonna stretch on these boots. In red, wearing for the Habs tonight. Hope they give to charity and win a little bit. Turn my head left and right before I cross the street, and up we go. From my neighborhood to the east, well, a little bit farther from my dragon's lair, underground room off St. Temple. The lair of the dragon is a bit further back, I feel like half an hour from here, but down in the west. But here, pretty much in my neighborhood, gonna go east to Mount Royal, my second home, and we're gonna be hydrating with that milk. So it was in the fridge, donated to the food security. Starts with the farmers. Thank you. So somebody donated that milk, but I saw on the date it said best before April 6th. So today is the 15th. So that is 9 days later, but it's not an expiry date. It's the best before day. So if you're into food security and food, there's two different things. Food security, so who starts with the farmers, and of course, when it says expired, it's not the same as the best before date. So usually, the product, whatever it is, whatever corn, whatever kind, corn, whatever, like this milk, it is good, even after that date. If it's best before date, if it says expired on that date, you gotta be careful if you consume it afterwards. But sometimes it can be, depending on what. And I'm saying because I have some experience, because I did a lot of volunteering in the food bank, and I had to learn which to do the triage, which cans to discard and all that. So I'm saying this from self-learning, self-education on the daily, and I'm also saying this as somebody who has been, of course, done a lot of volunteering in the past 7 years in food banks, and myself had to resort to food banks. And now I'm grateful that I got a fridge next to my underground room off St. Temple, and get some food security put over there for the bread. I took bread the other day. It was like 3 cinnamon buns, so, and a little bit of what was it? Bread. I took cinnamon buns, and there was something else. It was some pasta. So grateful, thankful for that, And of course, I gotta be grateful, thankful, say to the donations, and to those who in food security. Starts with the farmers that go march today, first and foremost for the dairy farmers, but always for my anonymous sister friend, always for the butchers, always for the bakers, always for the nurses, always for the firefighters, always meditating what's happening now across the collective North American civilizational complex. That Wall Street y'all finished with that buying and selling at 4 o'clock is like 4:34 or 4:44. 4:44, what time is it exactly? Let's see. Guess we got that time on the sunshine. Gonna rock and roll always 4:44 exactly. It's 4:44 exactly, 4:44. So 44 minutes ago, 44, a little bit more than 44 minutes ago, a little bit more than 44 minutes ago, somewhat more than 44 minutes ago, that bell on the Monday, April 15th on that Wall Street rang and the trading closed. So I hope if you did make a million buying trade trading future option put stocks. I hope you give 10% for charity. That is 10% of $1 million is 100,000. 100,000 you can divide it by 4. 100,000 divided by 4 is 25,000. You can give 25,000 for food security, 25,000 for women's sports, 25,000 for environmental causes, 25,000 for LGBTQ causes. Women's sports, food security, LGBTQ. Of course, environmental causes. You can split it in 4. 10% of $1 million is 100,000. Please give to charity, millionaires, billionaires, support my dream. If I make $1 million, I'm gonna give half, 50-50 to my anonymous sister friend of $1 billion. And you know I'm a Swifty, but I know somebody who deserves to be 7, the number after 6. Following says the number after 6 is 7, before 8. 7 times deserves my anonymous sister friend to be 7 times richer than Oprah, Taylor Swift, and Beyonce. Now that's a lot to do, a lot of math if you are to calculate, but just calculate Taylor Swift times 7, whatever net worth. But you know, although I'm financially struggling, but I got trillions of kisses credited from the goddess, so with some rock and roll laying the foundations for the first dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, for the first dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, first and foremost with kisses. Kisses, that's what I got first and foremost. Lots of billions of push-ups, marching steps, and rock and roll with it on the sun shining my king the Pope. And you know, we drill it over time, every time as we go to the mountain. And you know, on this beautiful day, gotta meditate, grateful, although financially stressed, and always keep active lifestyle. For me, it is my medicine and therapy of choice, and has been, you know, ever since like 4 years ago, I guess. I died of COVID. It was survivor of COVID. It's been like 4 years, and when I say 4 years already, it's like I had it in February, March, so I got triple vaxxed, you know. And as a survivor of COVID, I encourage all of public hygiene, you know. Super important to wash your hands and disinfect your hands regularly. And I gotta say, those houses here, I just love how the steps goes up on those buildings, and they kind of gotta go like a little bit on the valley, and kind of like it. I like that. I like this house right here, which is of course kind of looks a bit tropical. I don't know. Just this kind of nice how it is there with the 2 stairs, and I don't know. There's something I really like about it, and I like how the stairs go up, and it's quite something from my perspective, from my pleasure. And I guess a house like that I could split 50-50 with my anonymous sister friend XYZ. Grateful, thankful. Rent is paid for the month of April. Paid my rent, paid my electricity bill. Got food and coffee, got tea, and we drill it to the mountain to get a little bit of rock and roll, you know. I rock and roll 24/7 for the firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, although mainly dedicated, of course, for the day for the dairy farmers. Dairy farmers across North America. Of course, I am a North American, Canadian, Quebecer, and rah root. I actually got an Asperger, so I might repeat things twice, 3 times. Might say things often or repetition. And if I digress in geopolitics, big geopolitical events happening, of course, and I've been meditating, analyzing it as I have been for years. But of course, the geopolitical analysis, which of course had been involved in as an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and this more recent development, the first time that the Islamic Republic of Iran has fired missiles in Israel, you know, so gotta meditate. And of course I can divulge, and if I do digress, I'm just gonna discuss that from that point of view, because there's many angles to surround an unprecedented event. Of course, taking aside that the proxy conflicts aside, this was the first time that was a direct attack by the Iranian Republic on the state of Israel. So anyways, that aside, today marching for the butchers, for the bakers, for the dairy workers, of course, through all the way to the mountain. I already feel good, you know, when I work out, when I am on the move, I want to feel good, and I want to feel good when I feel good. So, you know, and I got to discuss now a little bit as I salute the dairy farmers of North America. I'm gonna take a picture of this little beautiful tree here, you know, and that moon. So you see the moon a little bit. It's getting fuller and fuller. And, you know, you got that goddess, dedie. When I speak about spirituality, you know, my conversations, spiritual conversations, of course, are that always that I don't know it all. So many questions that I do have. I wish I wouldn't have all the answers, but I do say goddess, dedie in my spirituality. The word goddess, and of course I am a universal spiritual teaching student who doesn't know it all, who doesn't pretend to know it all, but I have questions. But I also believe in reincarnations. As a matter of fact, I lived twice. I was born 2 times, twice in the past life, previous incarnations, post 1776 that way in the USA. So to my brothers and sisters in the USA, this Quebecer, Canadian, North American who served twice in post 1776 in the United States Army, we've got to get together that North America, Canada, US, Mexico. We are North Americans, of course, and learn a little bit of Spanish, and we got to get that geopolitics coast to coast together for the public-private partnership. You know, that's what when I say support the dream, my dream, Rainbow Dragon's dream, it is of course a call for a public-private partnership, a PPP, across the collective North American civilizational complex. That's what it is fundamentally. A public-private partnership across the collective North American civilizational complex. A PPP, public-private partnership across the North American civilizational complex, the dancing goddess, and the dragon kingdom. That is fundamentally what it is. XYZ. So we gotta get that doing that North America, you know. So we are a collective civilizational complex. We are form a collective, and right here we made the great linguistic compromise, or what I call the great linguistic compromise of the North American civilizational complex, and we continue to do it on the daily. It requires effort, it requires doing sometimes, doing action, you know. Turn my head left and right just once. And I always discuss about action. I always remind myself when I was depressed and suicidal, you know, had rough times and moved to a better place, and maybe that's why I got raw retrograde amnesia, raw RA. I remember moving to a better place where I used to live with lots of mold, and just started working out, training and exercising, and doing that workout, training and exercise, and on the daily, you know, on the daily. To working out, training and exercising on the daily. So when I crossed Canada coast to coast, that event made me come out of being depressed and suicidal. So that was in 2017 in August. Went to British Columbia, Vancouver. Took 3.5 days by bus. 3.5 days by bus, and then came back and get that Halifax by train. Took 25 hours and 44 minutes. So to go 2017 in August, I went to British Columbia, Vancouver, then came back and went to Halifax. 25 hours, 44 minutes. 25 hours and 44 minutes. So that's more than a day to go from Montreal to Halifax, Nova Scotia. And of course from Halifax to Montreal to come back, it was also the same 25 hours and 44 minutes, about more. But I know on the ticket it said 25 hours and 44 minutes, so that's about what it was. Duration to get the train from Montreal to arrive in Halifax. But by bus from Montreal to Vancouver it was British Columbia, and of course it took 3.5 days. 3.5 days. 3.5 days to reach it. So I spent a lot of time on the bus across Canada. So that event in my life, 2017, made me come out of being depressed and suicidal, because I said to myself, you know, so many things to do, to see. So I started working out, training, exercising on the fitness journey ever since. Lost more than 77 pounds and created my own workout training program system. And regular physical activity does good. I encourage you all to regular physical exercise, and it does good for me, and it does good for the body, for the mind, for the soul. I always feel good when I'm on the go, and always meditate. See, salute the public workers right there in the corner. Gotta salute those who picked up the recycling early this morning. The recycling, thank you. Those are athletes on the recycling, on the trucking bin. Big muscles on the bin, then the athletes. Gotta give them a discount, to the public workers, to the farmers, you know, that NHL, NFL, NBA, MLB. Gotta give them a little bit of that discount. You know, we got services, 3 services, which I always meditate how they're going, you know. Right now, people are citizens, are workers in the public work. Gotta salute them. See, they're utilizing that truck making our roads cleaner, the public sanitation, super important public sanitation, you know. A march for public sanitation, march for all things of civilization and nature of the collective North American civilization, and for world peace. But fundamentally, I'm a Quebecer, Canadian, North American, and all I really know is this island. As much as I'm self-educated and I'm a world citizen, universal hearted I can be. I try to be, you know, and rock and roll, but really all I know is the island here, and you know, my family here, Quebec. Sometimes we're dysfunctional. My Quebecer, Canadian, North American family, you know. And I'm for world peace, universal, but fundamentally I'm a Canadian, North American Quebecer, and we put in for that French, you know, it's a compromise we made. We gotta make an effort, you know, for the French language, so we make an effort on the daily, on the weekly, on the daily, on the hour, that is, you know. There's French radio, we got great French culture, so come learn some French here with us, and super important. We got some good doings, and we got some of that good French culture, French rock and roll, which is, I do sing French rock and roll, you know. And of course, we got great cuisine, we got great architecture, great cities, big ones and small ones. And we got a great city here, Hawk Island, H-A-W-K, surrounded by a big river. And my second home here, there we got one of the best views. I never get tired of that view. Never get tired of that mountain. It's like whenever I go, it's like a first I discover new things, new things. And you know, there's so many things, like I said, when I got out of depression, I'm being suicidal. There's so many things to see, so many things to do. So I started working out, which of course regular physical fitness, regular exercise, and super important. And I have been and will continue to call for the mass financing of citizens to work out, to train, and to exercise. And super important. Work out, train, and exercise, and have been and will call for the mass financing of citizens to work out, train, exercise. And you can see part of that big river right there. So we got that big river, and upcoming public workers, you know, they got started with those public works. I don't know whether they're aqueducts, the sewers, whatever aqueducts, sewers it is, you know. We gotta salute them a little bit. Loving me some youth, for the youth always. For the youth always, my marches. For the youth, and we gotta get it on the drill, you know, so super important to work out, to train, to exercise. And sometimes just some push-ups, you know. Sometimes just some push-ups helps and maintains physical fitness, and get it for that X. So we gotta get for that X, and gotta get for that lovers, and the youth are smiling, happy. That's what makes me happy. So gotta give it for the public workers there, changing some aqueducts, you know, changing some sewers, and gonna get out of the way of the baby, the families, newborns, you know. So I wrote a few children's books, but of course, having written a few children's books, you know, having written a few children's books myself, being unable to publish them yet due to financial constraints, not creative ones, imaginary ones, but due to financial constraints. Due to financial constraint, I didn't have $500 to pay for the literary agent, but I'm open for business, blah, 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 24/7. So let's go to the mountain now. I'm doing this vlog, and gotta be mindful. Civilization is a privilege. Saluting those truckers, firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, and discarding me some of that garbage, and going on the east and west mile here, you know. Yeah, my brothers and sisters, civilization is a privilege. The aqueducts, the sewers, we got the aqueducts, the sewers, you know, we gotta, and gratitude is super important. That is something for me, and in spiritual matters, you know, I'm a mystic, so many things that I don't know. The sun is my pope, the king. The sun is my pope, the king. The sun, S-U-N, is my pope, the king. And that's how I roll. I gotta get a little speed because I have to go pee, and I need to get to that public washroom up in that west mile. So as I go now to the east, going to the east, and it's always fun. as I go on the journey, I always admire the architecture and imagine, and of course do meditation, rock and roll, dragon, rainbow dragon meditations about everything that it took to build a road, for example. The know-how, the brains and the muscle, right? Because it takes brains and muscle. Some brains, sometimes more brains than muscle, depends. But of course, sometimes it takes still that muscle. Take, for example, those who picked up the recycling earlier today in the afternoon, gonna pick up the garbage. Mine wasn't that heavy, but some are more heavy than others. It takes to load it up in the machine, squeeze it up, so it takes a little bit of that muscle. We gotta be and we gotta do. We gotta do and we gotta be. We gotta philosophize and we gotta take action. We gotta take action. Action has been required in my own healing and transformation. Myself, my brothers and sisters, I do have myself aggression. I have aggression. I do have aggression myself, but I channel it, I sublimate it. I work out, I train, I exercise, I march. And now I'm in the public, so I gotta look out for my fellow citizens. Because I left my dragon's lair, my private quarters, and now I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations. Right, I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, which, if I would have stayed home, would have not applied. Would have not been the same. I would have had less obligations, duties, and responsibilities. Sure, if I would have went online, then my comments, to be mindful and what I say online, the comments, and usually if I don't have positive things to say or positive encouragement, I refrain. See, as I see my citizens going for the jog, I'm gonna get out of the way for them to come on the jog, and gonna see it for the X, gonna see it for the Y. So they're going on that run, man. Super important for fitness. Super important for fitness, and whenever I see people jogging like my fellow citizens did, but it's of course a big pleasure, and I'm involved in fitness now, but they were more athletic than myself. They were more athletic, so super important, Stay fit, exercise, and get that investment, man. Investment in the body. The body's a temple for pleasure and purpose. So now I'm in the public, I gotta get out of the way. I gotta turn my head left and right when I cross the street. Right, I gotta turn my head left and right when I cross the street now. Super important. I'm crossing the street. I turn my head left and right. I turn my head left and right. I turn my head left and right. That's about it. That's it about how I go with that. Rock and roll, turn my head left and right. That's it. When I cross the street, I gotta stay to the right. So I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, which I would have stayed home and I would have been the same. Sure, you can say a lot of things, but it's a citizen, but sometimes we gotta be mindful. Like I said, usually online, if I don't say anything good, I don't comment usually, or if I criticize, usually offer alternatives, propositions. And I'm a pro labor and love universal revolutionary centrist. My centrism goes hand in hand with my philosophies, So we gotta get on that dough, we gotta get on the X, we gotta get on the Y. Sometimes we gotta go get a meeting in the middle, meeting in the center, not always the left and the right. It takes public-private partnerships, see? It takes PPPs. Let me go that way. Right? That's what my call is, fundamentally, for a PPP, a public-private partnership. That's fundamentally what it is. Gift for my anonymous sister, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Taylor Swift. Give a call to Joseph, 514-660-3050, 514-660-3050, 514-660-3050. You can get her the house there. Let's go, babe. Beyonce, love you. Taylor Swift, I'm a Swiftie myself. My anonymous sister friend deserves to be 7, the number after 6, number after 6, number after 6 before 87. 7 times richer. And Oprah, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, as I go now on the toes, working with the laptop. Sometimes you gotta work doing the vlog with a laptop. Sure, camera is not the best. I got one view the other day. Happy. Just gotta do. Sometimes you just gotta do for the joy, for the love of it, And I'm open for business, triple vaccinated, got at Asperger's with retrograde amnesia. I'm an Aspie, you know, so that's has been my impediment, a great struggle, but we got our strengths, you know, because Aspies like myself, we got our obsessions. My main obsessions are and is and have been, as I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and geopolitics, of course, is geopolitics 24/7. Geopolitics 24/7 is geopolitics 24/7. Geopolitics, right? Is geopolitics 24/7. The study, the analysis thereof of geopolitics, and I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist. I can discuss Converge for hours, details in detailed manner with an analysis in depth. But nonetheless, from a North American perspective, because even though if I believe in reincarnation, I was reincarnated, born in past lives across the world from ancient Egypt, ancient Rome, ancient Sumer to now. Fundamentally, I'm a North American. I am a North American, you know, so that's how it is, how it goes with that. So we got to get that XYZ, you know, so when you're an Aspie, you know what I'm referring about. So people with Asperger's, Aspies like myself, we got obsessions. So my obsessions, of course, myself, my interest of obsessive interests are, of course, the study of geopolitics, the geopolitical study, right? So I can discuss geopolitics in depth with details and an analysis which is profound, which perhaps be overly verbose. So those tendencies we have, you know, those tendencies we have, of course. So we have those tendencies within us, and I just gotta say again that I really love this building here. So nice. It's very nice. See? Coast to coast. Super big, super beautiful. I love the architecture. I wonder when it was built. 1955. Who built it? Who done it? Oh, we gotta get that music. Music is on that high. God, nobody dances like yours truly. Dancing is my favorite sport. That's one of my obsessions. Not dancing per se, but sports. But dancing is my favorite sport. But also dancing and geopolitics and study of civilizations and public hygiene. You know, it's like many Aspies got different topics where they are super intense, super excited about. But none is it's for that geopolitics, you know. So that is geopolitics. As an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, like I said, is marking a new event and the new beginning of a new geopolitical reality. I'm gonna keep it brief because I don't want to digress. And you know, I want to say also that, you know, back in 2019, I predicted the unfolding geopolitical situation. So I predicted, of course, what's happening now. You know, what's happening now. It looks like a storm cloud. See, they're coming. But anyway, sometimes after the storm, we get that rainbow. Nonetheless, it looks like it might rain, so if it does rain, I will go, of course, inside the house. It comes like that, see? Just like that, see? You see, come and get a little bit of dark, see? Dark clouds. Dark clouds, you know, so we gotta stay at bay, with that, but if it's thunder, lightning, well, there's a risk, I guess, but I don't think it's gonna start. I think it's just gonna pass us by. It's supposed to cross after tonight, but nonetheless, it might change. Sometimes this temperature changes from 1 second, 1 minute, 1 hour, you know, just like geopolitics. I don't know who made $1 million on the stock market today. Hey, XYZ, give 10% for charity. Food security. Super important. Food security, LGBTQ issues, and women's sports, super important. These things matter to myself. Food security, and here I gotta give a little bit of meditate and salutation, you know. Take, for example, the traffic lights. The traffic lights, of course, are nothing new, but the principles stand the same, although we improve in our conduct, you know. I gotta follow them. See, I got 13 seconds, 12 seconds, 11 seconds. It's for my safety, for your safety. And now my safety matters, and my liberty matters, and I'm work is my work vlog, right? But it has to be balanced in harmony and in equilibrium with somebody else's. All my other fellow citizens now. So the individual got to be balanced with the collective, and vice versa. The individual not to be to the detriment of the collective, and the collective not to be to the detriment of the individual. right? It's physical fitness. Physical fitness, and no, I believe in that centrism. I believe in public-private partnership. I believe in compromises. Compromises, every day is a compromise. We here in North America, we made the great linguistic compromise to have peace. With my French, Canadian brothers and sisters, myself as a Quebecer, super important. I gotta go take a little bit of that picture for that white. Wow. See how beautiful this is. Look at that. Wow, it just blossomed. Last time I passed through here about a week ago, it wasn't like that, see? It just blossomed. Wow. Just beautiful. So this one's for sale also. I wonder how it smells, but anyways, it just blossomed in a week. So Joseph, again, that same name for my anonymous sister. This one we can split 50-50 in half. 514-660-3050. 514-660-3050. 514-660-3050. 514-660-3050. So this house will be great. It has a nice, we can split it in half because this is big. Let's go Swift, Beyonce. Let's go Oprah. I'll put something in work for you. I'll dance for you good. Nobody dances like yours truly. Nobody does push-ups with that rock and roll. Well, somebody. I'm among the best. I'm the best dancer in the universe. I'm the best dancer in the universe. Fundamentally, I am the best dancer, or among the best. Let's say in the world, the best among the best. Dancing is my favorite sport. I do unique dancing. Rainbow Dragon, I get that conversion, you get that 50-50. You get that androgynous, blah, blah, blah. If it's not about love, I don't want them to hear about it. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, all involved in the distribution, production of food, and XYZ, and distribution, production of food, and XYZ, and distribution of food, and, firefighters with it. I love those firefighters, man. Look at that city. Big metropolis island, man. We got 2.5 million people. Look at the beautiful yellow flowers. I love that yellow, man. I gotta take a picture of those too. I don't know, there's something I love. Brightens my mood when I see yellow flowers. So I'm just gonna get a little bit of that picture just for, Facebook. I Facebook the flowers, so I get XYZ, but nonetheless. I love those flowers, I love those flowers. I love flowers, multicolored flowers, but yellow flowers I have a tendency to like a lot, yellow flowers. So XYZ, man, and do some push-ups, do some hogs. Start your fitness journey today. That's what always I say. My fitness journey starts today. And yeah, we aspis, gotta love that. A lot of repetition, repetitive. Yeah, so I work out, train, exercise. I geopolitical study and analysis 24/7 with some rock and roll. For the farmers, for the butchers, for the bakers, for the nurses, for the doctors, for the grocery store clerks, So that's how we roll with it. And I turn my head left and right. See here, this corner is a great example. So there is only a stop sign to the north and to the south, because that's north, that's south. And right here, I'm going east, right? So when they're going east to west, there's no stop. See, like there's no stop. So then you got added security and added responsibility, right? Because they don't have a stop going east to west. The only stop is north to south. So there's not a stop sign at all corners. So there's an added security, right? Added security. There's an added risk, in other words. So gotta turn left and right. So see fellow citizen on the jog. Good for you. Get that drill, get that jog. Give it on that motion, So here we made it up in the west, man. Up in where the field is here. We got the tennis right there. So we got a lot of sports you can do here. You can come and do a jog, do some push-ups. And, you're working out, training, exercise, you don't need you do not really need a gym membership, right? So a gym membership is not requisite. I haven't had one. I found one that I had years, but my memory kind of goes black out after I remember moving and being depressed, suicidal, getting out of depression and started working out, training and exercising, having employments and writing rock and roll songs and poetry and writing all that, you know. So gotta get it for that, and gotta get it for the X and for the Y, you know. So that's what we do. So here's a great example of a place where it's got that tennis. You can come hit those rackets, but I think so I don't think it's open for the public exactly. I really don't know, to be honest. I think you have to live and maybe possess a key or whatever have you to come here. So, but nonetheless, it's a sport. It's an activity you can do, or you can just have that rock there and do some lean on it, and run around it, circle, circle, circle for an hour, half an hour, jog, 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 and get it for that drill. But right here in this Westmount, you see, if anybody want to finance, I can go up and down those stairs without stairs. Asperger people, we tend to stare too much, so that's another thing I gotta work on, because there's no medication for Aspi, you know. There's no medication for Asperger's, there's no medication for Asperger's. We have a tendency to stare at people, we have a tendency to stare, to be overly verbose, to stare. And here we got that public washroom, so I'm just gonna lay it here. I'm not gotta be grateful. I gotta not forget to wash my hands. I gotta be grateful for the washing, and you know, this is gonna be a little pause here, so till I do my thing. I don't want to hear that noise anyway. So grateful, thankful for the public washroom. Please keep it clean, keep it clean, keep it clean. And we gotta work. If you're a talented artist who really can do, we can do some art, but don't do that. You know, just I would like to see people who can do really good art to be encouraged and give them permission to do in public spaces such as this. If we can get with the city to get somebody who can do a talent, just do some, I don't know, some animals, something like that, I wouldn't mind that. But all right, we're back in business. I did wash my hands, and I'm gonna do a little bit of hydration here. Oh, it got dark. We're gonna make it to the mountain on time, but I just gotta get a little bit of that hydration. We're gonna hydrate special occasion. For the bakers, for the dairy farmers, getting that cow, getting that milk, and the truckers that transport it for that meal, for the cereal, for the deal. Here we go. So this is 100% Canadian milk. It has added vitamin A and D, so it's gonna get that vitamins. Hydrate with milk. Special occasion to the dairy farmers of North America, Quebec, Canada, US, because I believe in North America to unite like they did in the European Union via my DRT, which we're going to discuss in the public-private partnership, the Dream, the Dancing Goddess, and the Dragon King. Hey, somebody wearing that red, favorite color, that's what I said. More for later. There you go, that shit. Hey, grateful milk. It's still good, see? It says April 6th, April 6th, April 6th. See there it says best before April 6th. So 9 days, it's still good. I'm quite impressed. Quite impressed, to be honest. I wouldn't say that it would have been still good, but hey, we rock and roll with it, you know, so that's that X, that's that Y, that's that Z, so MILK, man. Milk. Thank you. Grateful for the donation. Gonna put the backpack on the back, and we're gonna rock and roll to the mountain. Let me put up the butcher is for the bakers, for my little sister, for the youth, for the lovers, for the firefighters. We love our firefighters, love our nurses, love our butchers, love our doctors, our road truckers now going east, west, north, south. You know, from the Mexico all the way downtown. We gotta get it for the drill, gotta get it for the screw, gotta get it for the reel, gotta get it for that XYZ, gotta get it for that lead, gotta get it for that set. Oh yeah, here we go. Gonna go all the way. Anyways, well, that clock seems to be moving a little bit. Last time it wasn't moving at all, but That clock was always 3, and on the other side is always 7. Quite something else there. So, but anyways, got a little bit of basketball court. It's not a court; it's just one basket there where you can play. So you come and play, and it's important to get some outdoors, you know. And stuck on social media takes half. You know, I am very pro science and microchip my brain. You know, put me in a parallel life, This Aspie, artist, athlete, philosopher with already retrograde amnesia. He's a super scientist. I design, build supercomputers, ICBM rockets, satellites, and all things of technology. And we're gonna get a little bit of taste of that field of blue. Look at that beautiful blue there, man. Wow. Isn't this beautiful? Look how big. Look at the field of blue right here. See? That's the field of blue, man. That's the field of the blue flowers. Hey, look how beautiful. I say go. Look how beautiful they are. We're gonna sing some rock and roll, that's for sure. Look at that. Blue flowers like the sky up in the high. You know that I love it. Can we get some? 1, 2, and gotta get from there, man. Hey, blue flowers like the sky up in the sky high. Hey, I love the blue flowers and I sing it, Rainbow Dragon. You know, you're so beautiful. And the blue like the sky. Are they? I'm singing some rock and roll for them right now. Gorgeous, that's what she said. Beautiful like the sky blue. I don't want to step on none of you. They're so beautiful. I see some white up in the jungle of the blue. You see those white ones there in the middle? Yeah. There's 3 white ones. They're like the only white ones that are there. Quite amazing.
Such a beautiful. They come down the hill too. I think.
Wow. Oh yeah, it goes all the way down, eh? Yeah. Enjoy. Yeah. I hope they stay like this for a bit, not get ruined, stepped on. Bye. See you later. Gotta keep on singing for the blue skies with it, Fellow citizens admiring, gotta say I've been to love it, gotta say you've been to sow it. Sow it for the blues, sow it for the sky, and I see you. Gotta get it for the deal, gotta get it for the meal, gotta get it rock and roller. See it for the blues, see it for the you, see it for the... I see up in the sky, up in the blue, up in the blue, up in the you, up in the blue. Like the sky up into dew, like the sky up into sea, like the blue for the nature, like the sky blue. And I sing that rock and roll for the nurses and the doctors and the butchers and the bakers. And you know I love them trippers, I love it for the bakers, for the nurses, for the firefighters. I really gotta sing them for the blue of the field. I love you, the field, I see you. Is that blue in rock and roll? Is that blue up in the soul? Is that blue in the sky up in the rock and that roll? Beautiful. That's enough for rock and roll with that, but I'm glad somebody else enjoyed it. See? Somebody else enjoying that blue. Just beautiful blue. See, like just a feeling of it, you know? So, gotta get that feel, man. So, gotta get a little bit of for that feel right there, man. Anyways, gotta get it up and down. So, I'm glad I got to enjoy that. We're gonna discuss the DRT in a moment, and I just want to say my gratitude, grateful, thankful. My rent's paid, electricity bill is paid, got food and coffee, and I got that rock and roll, you know, 24/7. So we go up, now I'm gonna look for, just gonna take a picture quick and get it for the X, man, right here. That one also, for that one also, like that. Anyways, so I'm gonna discuss the DRT, depth fusion theory. Gonna be looking for that photo because it's important that when I discuss it. And before I discuss it, of course, before I go into it, I just want to celebrate one more time, you know, the beauty of that field of blue flowers. It gotten thicker. The flowers grew since last week. So last week was that same field, but they were not that grown. So they kind of became more taller, puffier, bigger. Bigger, taller, thicker. Bigger, taller, thicker. Bigger, taller, thicker. So that's what has been the deal since, you know. So those flowers, probably because there was some rain or such, they grew thicker, bigger, taller, bigger, thicker, taller. And of course, it could probably be by weight as well. But the point is that they grew. So see here, when I cross the street, I still gotta turn my head left and right. Because like I said before my past videos, you never know. The citizen driver might press the accelerator by mistake, by mistake, by mistake. Nobody's perfect. The brakes can potentially malfunction, right? So I always gotta check for myself. For my security, my liberty has to be balanced in harmony with another's liberty and security, right? It has to be both in a compromise. It cannot just be to the extremes, right? It's a compromise. My liberty, my security, yours and theirs, yours and theirs. So my liberty, my security, yours and theirs, and ours collectively, right? So that's the compromise in the public, right? In the public, it's always a constant thing, right? Always a constant compromise. My individual liberty, which my security, my work, because I'm doing this vlog with somebody else's, which yours, ours, and again, if I know somebody who deserves to live in houses like this, a house like this, well, it's my anonymous sister friend, and if I make a million, I'm gonna give her half, and gotta give her for that go, and see, that's that river, man, surrounded by a river. You see a little bit of glimpse of it from here and there. See a little bit of glimpse from, depending from where you can see more, but from there, that corner, you saw a little bit. So now I want to discuss the DRT. But before, I'm going to say my gratitude again and encourage all to work out, train, exercise. And working out, training, and exercising has been, will be my medicine and therapy of choice as I go now on these boots. Always on the go. Well, not always. Sometimes I rest, stay in my bed, you know. Enjoy my bed or whatever have you. Enjoy my couch. I don't have a couch, but I have, of course, a chair, but enjoy my bed, right? So I always do on that. You know, I always do on that. So it's kind of good for the X and the Y, and sometimes you just got to do and drill it. And it might become part of your nature, and you might begin your fitness journey today, and have been them and will continue to call for the mass financing of citizens across the collective North American civilizational complex, across North America, to work out, to train and to exercise, you know. Working on training and exercising has been, and shall continue to be my medicine and therapy of choice, you know. And having them and will call for the mass financing. Let's go that NFL National Football League, NHL National Hockey League, NBA National Basketball Association, MLB. You know, I could go public-private partnership, universities, super important, the mass finance, physical fitness, mass finance, like my fellow citizens doing, you know, doing a little bit of jog, doing a little bit of push-ups, doing some sports is super important, you know. And we get that fitness and you get that strength and you get to rock and roll with it. And you commence your fitness journey today. You know? And it starts, and then you increase your strength, increase your fitness, like my fellow citizens are doing. Get that bravo, bravo, bravo. You know? And that's how it starts today. So we gotta get for that X, gotta get for that Y. Sometimes we gotta drop the WHY and just do it, you know? Sometimes it's part of our nature, sometimes we incorporate it and make the compromise and adopt it even if it's not necessarily so much in our nature, but or it's part of our nature, but for some reason we don't do it, which is you got to figure out again more the doing part, and then if it is part of the nature, what's stopping, what's preventing, what's not encouraging, what's impeding, what's standing in front, what's the hurdle? I might say, gym membership. Well, I proved that I don't need, right? I don't need a gym membership, but whatever have you. So I don't need, I just work out, train, and exercise. So gym membership I don't need, right? My rent's paid, electricity bill's paid, got food and coffee. It is the 15th of April. I got food, got coffee, got some sugar. I like nice sweets. I don't deprive. And here I am in Westmount meditating, thinking about the dairy farmers and doing a meditation on how the milk is produced across what I call the collective North American civilizational complex, or just basically North America, Canada, US, Mexico, and of course Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic, and the islands are part of North America, right? So anyways, the DRT theory, debt refusion theory, is my theory, my financial theory, which I gotta say it has came out of the curse of Asperger's, and one of my obsessions is I got some narrow interests and obsessive interests. Usually Aspie's got a few, and we're very kind of limited in many ways, but I don't like to use that term, but kind of very focused, obsessed about those. And mine is geopolitics, sports. Dancing is my favorite sport, but I love hockey, boxing, great Iron, North American football, and of course basketball and whatever have you. So, and of course the study of civilizations and geopolitics. So those are mine as an Aspie. So many Aspies have different ones. It could be science, it could be art, whatever the case may be. It could be chemistry, 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 whatever the case may be. It could be chemistry, whatever the case may be. So as we go now, see the sun pierce those clouds, grateful, thankful. I'm going to discuss the DRT. So this curse of Asperger's made me lose lots of friends, met in the past years. Met a lot of friends in the past year, 7 years. I lost all of them except for a few. Because we Aspies are a minority. People with Asperger's, less than 1 out of 300, 0.44% in 2020. So less than half of a percentile. So not even 1%. So maybe you're not even gonna find one out of 300. So that's Asperger's. I deal with it. There's no medication, like I said. It's just being aware of my symptoms, not to be overly obsessed with subjects, not to repeat things 2-3 times, and not to, of course, approach fellow citizens in conversation. We tend to breach the personal space. We tend to get too close when we discuss with fellow citizens. So that's something I gotta watch, and I just gotta work on the symptoms, which are those. And anyways, but out of that curse comes a blessing for myself and for you, for us. Named the DRT, the debt refusion theory, also incorporates what's called monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory is what they did in the European Union. So the Europeans, of course, they got rid of the Deutschmark, right? Got rid of the Deutschmark. The French got rid of the franc, and of course, the French got rid of the franc, and of course, the Italians got rid of the lira. So they got rid of the lira, they got rid of the Deutschmark, they got rid of the franc, and of course they adopted a common currency. Many countries in Europe. Not gonna watch when I turn. I don't want to pee, but I just gotta wait, I guess. I'm just gonna press the button. So the DRT theory, debt refusion theory. My debt refusion theory also includes monetary integration theory. And what is monetary integration theory? It is exactly what was done in the European Union. So the Europeans, it started back in the 50s until they evolved, and lately in the past decades they adopted a common currency, right? So they adopted a common currency. The Germans got rid of the Deutschmark, the Italians got rid of the lira, the French got rid of the franc, and many other countries. So they joined in what's called a monetary union in financial theory and international finance and finance. It's monetary integration theory. So that's what the Europeans did. So my DRT theory, it stands for debt refusion theory, includes what they did in Europe, includes the theory called monetary integration theory. So it's important to keep that in mind. So what is the DRT? And before I discuss the DRT more in depth, I want to show you how much interest we're paying now on the public debt. See? So this is how much we're paying in debt. So in 2020, 2021, we paid 20.3 billion. 20.3 billion, we paid 20.3 billion. Servicing the debt, in other words, paying the interest. Look, 3 years later, 46.5 billion. So servicing the debt from 2020 to 2021, 2020 to 2021, to 20.3 billion, 20.3 billion, 20.3 billion, went from 20.3 to 46.5. So that's more than double. That's more than double, right? That's more than double. That's more than double. So in 2020, 2021, servicing the debt was 20.3 billion. 20.3 billion, 20.3 billion. 3 years later, 2023, 2024, went for 46.5 billion. So 2020, 2021 went from 20.3 billion. A billion is 1,000 million, so this has 9 zeros, eh? This 20.3 in 2020, 2021 was 20,000 million. That's a billion. It more than double, because double would have been 20.3, would have been 40.6. That's 20.3 times 2, that's 40.6. It more than doubled to 46.5 of this year. We're going to pay 46.5. Look at that, look at that. Interest. This is unsustainable. This is a catastrophe here. So back, this photo was taken from the fall economic statement in November 22nd, 2023. November 22nd, 2023. November 22nd, 2023. From the bank CBC. And this is the official numbers from the Bank of Canada. These numbers are public, so you can see. So the servicing of the debt, in other words, paying the interest on the public debt, has more than doubled. So paying the interest on the public debt of Canada has more than doubled. Paying interest on the public debt of Canada has more than doubled, from 20.3 to 46.5. Salute the youth. They just scored. They're happy, I'm happy. And I live a Spartan austere lifestyle, but I am $10,000 500 in debt. So this is the DRT. The only solution, my brothers and sisters, I can say, coming from the curse of Asperger's, I present to you the DRT, the debt refusion theory. So take all the private and the public debt. My private debt is 10,500. My debt, your debt, our debt, of all Canadians coast to coast. All Canadians, the public and the private debt. So my 10,500, yours and ours. So all the public and the private debt together, right? All the public and the private debt together, all of it, Canada coast to coast, United States, Mexico, all of it, all the public and the private debt. And since the United States dollar is still the currency of choice for international finance, global commerce, world trade. So since that's a fact, convert all the public and the private debt of Canada to US dollars, the Mexican peso, because Mexico, they got those pesos, the Mexican pesos to US dollar, the Haitian gourd to US dollars, and of course all the currencies. If Cuba's the paradox, but I'm speaking from a North American perspective, but it could be, of course, transatlantic and other allies, as I'm calling for the Septennium, the 7 years. You know, which I'm going to continue discussing in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead. So take all the debt, my 10,500, both the public and the private debt of all citizens of North America, convert into US dollars. That number will be the initial money supply. 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 I got 7 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we made it on time. So take all the public and the private debt, my private debt, your private debt, our private debt. That number, Canadian dollar, converted, do the conversion in US dollars, put it all together. All that money will be the initial money supply for a new North American central bank. Just like they did in Europe, they had to create a new bank, but we were going to create it with all the public and the private debt to issue a new currency based on the US dollar called the UE. U dot, universal, E dot, universal, U dot for universal, E dot for exchange, and U dot for universal exchange unit, the UE. The UE, the UE, the UE. Based on the US dollar. That's the solution, my brothers and sisters. There's no other solution. There's no other solution. There's no other solution but the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit. The Universal Exchange Unit, the UE. The Universal Exchange Unit. Universal Exchange Unit. The Universal Exchange Unit, based on the US dollar, set an interest rate limit of 10%. 10% maximum. That's going to be the principal for the bank. So all loans thereafter can only be maximum 10%. It could be 3.33, 7.18, 7.70, 4.18, 9.3, whatever the case may be. Yeah. So XYZ, I'm going to cross the street here safely. So take all the public and the private debt. Refuse it. Anyways, so take all the public and the private debt. I like this building. Gotta pull a little bit of for the dancing goddess army. I wonder if you can actually be able to see the mountaintop from there. See that part there? Because it looks like it has a light. It looks like it's inhabited, but I never been that far. Anyways, I wonder. I wonder. Anyways, build this for the dancing goddess army, dragon army, and look at that river right there. You see the mountain, and anybody want to finance, I go up and down the stairs here 300 times. You know, I go up and down the stairs for 300, and gotta get that LOV. I gotta take the shirt off now because, of course, it is. Take some photos, and we discuss the DRT. Anyway, it's getting a little bit hot, so gotta take this out and I spill the drink, so it's getting a little bit on the hot side, so I can take this off right here. I'm getting sweaty. Auctioning this for a million. I get fast to my anonymous sister friend. Gonna get a more hydration, you know, so. Gonna give it a little bit more, so. Gonna get that hydration, discuss the DRT, and here I can let the main out. Let my main out. Let my main out, you know, and hydrate, drink, and a little bit of. Got some left. Ready to rock and roll. Gonna continue discussing the DRT, debt refusion theory. There we go. All the way up we go. Alright. I go all the way to the top now. We're gonna discuss the DRT, debt refusion theory, as I go here, for the DRT, for the debt refusion theory, and for the DRT, debt refusion theory, for the debt refusion theory, what it is. Take all public and private debt. My debt is 10,500. Your debt, our debt, all the debt of Canadians, both the public and the private. So all the debt of Canada, the private and the public, refuse it. All the Canadian debt, all the private debt, my debt, your debt, and our debt. So coast to coast, all the public and the private debt, refuse it, of course, and take XYZ and do the XYZ, so gonna take a little bit of diverse, gonna spin it from here, spin it up in here, so get a little bit of look at those beautiful blue flowers, and we're gonna go as we made it to the mountain, so take all the public and the private debt, my debt, your debt, our debt. So all my 10,500, all the debt of all Canadians, the public and the private, all the public and the private, all the public and the private, all the public and the private debt of Canadians, and of course XYZ of all Canadians, and all Mexicans, United States, Haiti, all North American countries, all the debt, do the conversion, Canadian dollar, public-private partner debt, public and private debt to US dollars, Mexican peso, public-private debt of Mexico to Canadian, and to US dollars, Haitian gourd. So all that number, all the debt, all the public and the private debt will be the initial money supply for this new central bank, North American Central Bank, and all that money, the debt, public-private debt, will be the currency in circulation for the UE, U dot, E dot, U dot, U dot, universal, E dot, exchange, U dot, unit, universal exchange unit, equals to the US dollar. So whatever the US dollar would then freeze the prices, all the price of all the goods, all the bread, all the milk, all the bread, all the sausages, whatever. Freeze the prices, get rid of the inflation. So all that number will be the initial money supply for a new central bank like that. Yeah. For a new central bank, Yeah. So all the debt, public, private, my 10,500, yours, all of it together. My 10,500, yours, my 10,500, yours, 10,500 of mine, yours, whatever the number is, coast to coast, public and private debt, converted to US dollar. The US debt, public and private debt of the United States will stay the same, we'll just add it up. So all that number will be the initial money supply for this new central bank, which will issue a new currency just like they did in Europe, called the UE, Universal Exchange Unit. We'll set an interest rate limit of 10% max. It could be, whatever the case may be, let's switch it a bit. It could be 7%, 3.33, 9.3, 7.70, 6.1, 9.3, 7.18, 4.18, 3. By principle, no more than 10%. So it could be less, but not more for the UE. Preferably by biometrics, the hand, the voice, a unique biometric identifier. That's what I'm calling on my astrological brother Bill Gates. Scorpio, Scorpio of Black Hawk, Black Rock, Black Stone and Black Rock are different. Is Larry Fink. Another Scorpio, Larry Fink. Another Scorpio, Joe Biden. President is a Scorpio. President or Meg Scorpio. It doesn't matter if they're Scorpio. What astrology can be Sagittarius. Each astrological sign has a point of quality. But of course, the principle is to implement the DRT as the only solution. The debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE, the U.E.U. the Universal Exchange Unit. U.E.U. Universal Exchange Unit, set an interest rate limit of 10%. Whatever the case may be, is going to be 10% maximum. Freeze all prices, so we're going to get rid of inflation. Freeze the prices of bread, milk, butter, price of goods, and whatever, all that number will be the initial money supply. The initial money supply for this new global central bank. Creation a universal exchange unit just like they did in Europe, in the European Union. The European Union. So just like that, the UE. The UE, the UE, the UE. The UE, Universal Exchange Unit. So that's the solution. There's no other solution, brothers and sisters. And that's it. That's all for the DRT. Take all public and private debt, convert it to US dollar. That number will be the initial money supply for this new bank. We're going to create the UE, U.E.U. Stands for U. Universal E. Exchange Unit, because that's what it is, preferred by biometrics, and it could be coins like we have now and banknotes, but of course dual. Biometric digital, and that will freeze the prices to get rid of inflation. And that's it. That's all. Rock and roll. The DRT, debt refusion theory, my theory, of course, includes monetary integration theory. And my brothers and sisters, it is the only solution. Auctioning these for $1 million. My anonymous sister friend gave me these, so I give her half, 50%, and pay my 10,500 then, and support a dream. The dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. That is my dream. When I say my dream is fundamentally a call for a public-private partnership. And please, 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 if you come here, do not pollute. Put the garbage in the garbage, the recycling in the recycling. And of course, we got some compost, and we got, if you do coal and you have coals and you come here for barbecue, we got a special disposal for that. So, but the trash, the recycling, super important, because we got flora, fauna here. We got rabbits, we got groundhogs, we got, of course, squirrels, and we got hawks, and lots of flora, lots of fauna, bird species, and like I said, rabbits, squirrels, and groundhogs, and foxes. So we try to preserve nature here. So, you know, you saw from where I come, the urban jungle. My metropolis city is all I know really in this life. These previous incarnations. Was born a few times in Montreal. So this is my home, and this is my second home. Montreal Island is my home, my little small island country. And of course, oh, sorry, I got allergies. Woo! Yeah, I get some allergies to the fur. That's why, except for poodles. Thanks for understanding. Hey? Well, yeah, it's kind of, I let you know. But poodles I can pet. Not too much. Those, I don't know. I know they have the length of the fur and the thickness of the fur, and I start like sneezing. I get like, achoo! I start sneezing after like a few seconds. If they get too close to my face. Poodles, no problem with poodles. Yeah, thank you so much. But I do like them from afar, you know. I'm sorry, I love you, but I can't pet you. Yeah, take care. Bye. Yeah, maybe with a mask. Bye. If I wear a mask, maybe, you know. So that was a fellow citizen, and you know, you can see some of my videos when the dog gets too close, and like this one was beautiful. I love them from afar, but this one was kind of big, and I like the thickness of the fur, and I get some allergic. I start sneezing, start sneezing. If they get too close, I sneeze. Like you see one of the videos, it was like I think German Shepherd was German Shepherd. I think it was the German Shepherd, and kind of jumped a bit. Said it's not violent. I said no, it's not that. It's because I got allergies. And right after they took it, and I just achoo, achoo, achoo. I sneezed for like 3 times. So it's not that I don't like them in any way. It's just I get, except for poodles, like I said. So I get allergic reaction to certain dog breeds. It's the thickness and the length of the fur, that makes me sneeze. See that cup? See that cup, please. This has to be recycled. I don't mind you drinking coffee, drinking alcohol, whatever. But see this, brothers and sisters, this could kill a rabbit here. This is recycling. Caution. How does it have the 3 arrows? I have to look if it's recyclable, me too, because if I am putting in the trash for the recycling, so I gotta check. This doesn't have the 3 arrows. So you gotta recycle or compost, see? Recycle or compost. So we gotta get that recycling, and that's an interesting omen. So just recycle it if it needs to be recycled, and put it in the garbage if it needs to be put in the garbage. And in this case, it says, I'm looking for the 3 arrows on it. I wouldn't see why not, but see there's no arrows on it, so is it not caution hot? It doesn't say. Clean it a bit. Interesting, there's no arrows on this one, see? Can't see any. Anyways, I'm gonna throw it in the trash, in the garbage, because it doesn't have the arrows, interestingly enough, so maybe it's not recyclable, but usually you have to look for the 3 arrows. So we gotta get that drill. So here we are in my second place, and Montreal Island is my island, and checking out that moss right there. Let's get a picture of that moss. Mossy, a little bit of mossy on the moss. So it's always you explore here. My forest, my mountain, but it's not just mine. It's public. It's not just my second home. It's just not my mountain only, not my forest only. Big forest, big mountain. It's mine, yours, ours. So we got to share it, because in the public, we got myself added responsibilities, duties, and obligation. And my fellow citizen, I got to commend, got to salute, understanding that I might sneeze, I might get allergic reactions, might start sneezing. So I let my fellow citizen know, made a compromise, put on a leash. And of course, my brothers and sisters, depending on the dog breeds, sometimes there's children, animals, and maybe a muzzle. That's compromises we gotta do in the public, right? Because we're in the public, we got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations. Would have not been the same if I would have stayed home in my underground room off St. Temple. It would have not been the same. Let's check out those little beautiful whiteys. What y'all doing? What y'all saying? What y'all doing? What y'all saying and that doing? Hey, what y'all saying? See, beautiful flowers. Gonna take a little picture for that. I don't know. I wonder if they smell, because we got this fence here, because of course it says to protect the environment, and of course we gotta get the protection because we're doing plantation. So we're planting. Here we're doing the nature regeneration. It takes action. Thank you to those who labor. It takes brains and muscle. It's a zone of plantation. So we replant here. See, travaux de plantation. So that says in French, it's plantation works. So stay on. It says help nature. Stay on the official trail. So in other words, don't go there. Don't go. If you see fence, don't go. See, we can check these little beauties there. Little beautiful white flowers there. See, you can check them from over there. See, they're kind of cute. See, it got a little bit of yellow in it, and I'm not gonna touch them. I'm not gonna disturb, but nonetheless, I'm gonna take a picture of them. Just take a picture. So That's it, that's all. Now we can rock and roll with my hiking, my workout train exercise. And I feel like doing some squats. So I'm going to put it there on the rock. And actually, let's go to the top, switch to that French, and then jump here over the kind of muddy part. But now I feel like doing some squats just right away. So again, DRT theory, citizen integration theory, support the dream. Oh, watch it. That's the manure. That's the hay. That's the hay is from the horses. We got horses, and that means that horses pass. Usually it's the brothers and sisters. Sometimes nobody perfect. Somebody sing rock and roll for that security, po-po, firefighters, butchers, ambulances, first responders. Gotta get some of that. Gotta get that LOV. I'm not perfect. Gotta see. So that's why we gotta give it on the drill. And right here I'm gonna just lay for some squats, I guess. It's a big rock formation. It's natural rock, see? It's on the mountain, so I just feel like doing some squats right here, just out of the wild, out of the blue, just a few, Yeah. Let's drop it down with the backpack. Ugh. 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 Just a few, get a bit of warm, Get a little bit of warmth. So getting on that, you see that river? That's that river. Surrounds the island. And you see the bridge there, so you got that river. The river surrounds the island of Montreal, right? So Hawk Island, H-A-W-K, is a big island surrounded by a big river. We got 2.5 million people just on the metropolis. Second biggest city in Canada in population after Toronto. Biggest in Quebec, second biggest. It's like top 8 in the top 10 if North America. Canada, US, Mexico, I think 8 in population. It's 8, number 8. It used to be, I think, 6 and 7, and used to be among the top 3 at one point in the 20s and 30s and 40s. But not recently. But today, it's top 10 in North America, maybe 8th or 9th even, population-wide. But it is still top 10 population. 2.5 million people with the north and the south. The greater metropolitan area of Montreal is 4.5 million people. So you got almost half of the Quebec population just living in Laval, South Shore, North Shore, what we call the South and the North. And now the camera is pointing south. South. That's east. That's north. And my layer is down west. Sunset's west. That's south. That's east. That's Nova Scotia, British Columbia, Salute, and that's north, Laval after the north. And that's west, so that's going towards the British Columbia, towards the prairies, towards Ontario, towards Ottawa, right, towards the Ottawa. So here we are, and here's the plantation zone, we gotta get that plans, and see, we got those plantations, and there we goes. When you see those that have those little ribbons, those pink ribbons, see, there's a lot. Just open your eyes, see how much plantations. People labored, thank you. And this one seems to be outside here of the realm of the fence. See, these are also plantations. So all those were planted last year, 2023, probably spring, summer, or autumn. See, they got those planted, man. So we're doing a lot of work here. That's what's super important, see? Like this can could have, imagine if it would have been a storm, it would have rolled over. The sticker here, with that black ink, it's like a number, right? It says, I don't know, 3,000, whatever, 300. Cappuccino, so it's of course important, and we gotta get it for the put-ins. And see, if this would have come off, would have rained and swallowed by a rabbit, or swallowed by a squirrel, rabbit, or not just squirrel or rabbit. It could also be something else. It could be a fox, or it could be, of course, a groundhog or a bird, right? And this would have been dissolved. So gotta call for the rehabilitation, man. This doesn't. It's interesting because I don't see any arrows. So, how come they're not recyclable? It's time. Let's go corporations. It's time to make. Oh no, it does have the recycling, but it's very small. So now I see it. Now I see it. Now I see it. Is that what it is? Yeah, the three arrows. One, two, three. But it's very there. The pyramid-like triangle, triangle, triangle. See, it's very small, super small. But now I see it. So yeah, it can be recycled. It can be recycled. So it's confirmed at the top, but I would indicate that it should also have it below, below, below. You know, because that is all recyclable. So, anyways. Anyways, look at those beautiful stairs and so see another can I found here. So this also has to be put into recycling. So again, I don't mind. Drink energy, drink energy, but this swallowed by it, it would have killed another one. See? And I see another can there. See? So this again, three just here. I gotta recycle. This is recycling for sure, right? Yeah. Consigne even takes 5 cents, so it's recyclable for recyclable. It says there, recyclable. It just says the words on it, but it has to be recycled. My brothers and sisters, please, 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 make an effort. See this one also. This one also could have killed here a bird, could have killed here a rabbit, could have killed whatever. You know, super important. Don't leave it. Don't leave it. Recycle it. Super important to recycle it. And it has some dirt on it, whatever, but I'm gonna clean it. Throw it in. Recycle. See, this one has it bigger. I don't mind again. Drink, have fun, drink. But coffee, enjoy. But please wait. You see, we got recycling bins by the plenty. We got recycling bins by the plenty. We got plenty of recycling bins. And this has the sign there. See, so recycle bin, recycle. So, and that's why we got recycling bins. And public workers got to salute again those public workers who picking up the garbage, the recycling, the compost. I got 3 services, eh? So my place, my neighborhood, once a week, the service comes, the workers come for the recycling. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Workers come from the compost. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Workers come from for the compost, the recycling, and the compost, and the garbage. 3 services: garbage, compost, recycling, recycling, compost, garbage, compost, recycling, garbage. 3 services. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And those, when I see them for the public as well, they're athletes. Say they gotta load those bins. We gotta go. We gotta dispose of them. We got system can be improved. But we gotta do just like for the environment. Takes individual action. Takes individual action. Takes individual action. You know, it takes that individual action. You know, it takes that individual action. Now somebody across North America is making the right move. Instead of throwing it into the garbage, it's gonna wait. It's gonna go 44 meters further and gonna see the recycling bin because he waited 44 seconds for 44 minutes or more than 44 seconds and 44 meters, whatever, yards of meters, 44 plus. So hey, I see the recycling bin is 44 yards away, 44 meters or 44 seconds. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do the right thing. So salute, because it takes the individual and the collective, right? It's always a constant. It's always now, and it's always for today. As I live carpe diem every day since I died of COVID. 2020. February, March was like death, pestilence, and disease was like death, pestilence, and disease was like death, pestilence, and disease for me. I say in many ways that I died during COVID. It's nothing that I want to go back to. You know, I've been through a lot and I'm still learning every day, but it takes doing, you know. Still learning every day, but it takes doing. Here's closed access. We're going to go round about it. And here the air is so fresh. I can inhale, exhale, and I feel like doing some hogs, which I'm gonna do now. Let's do some hogs. Hogs in the forest. We can stop and go. See? Let's go. Hog, we fly high, HAWK. On the toes, we rock and roll all the way to the sky. HAWK, hawk to the sky. All the way to the satellites, on the toes like a ballerina ballet, let's go. Turn your hawk heads, HAWK, east, west, north, south. And we roll. Super important, you know. Super important. I gotta get that rolling, and sometimes we gotta get the doing, you know. So it's always now. Always carpe diem it with hope for tomorrow. I do have hope for the future, you know, for tomorrow, especially when I see the youth, when I see people exercising, when I hear about charity, and when I see the implementation of my Trinity theories, the CIT, citizen integration theory, the DRT, debt refusion theory, and the democratic fusion theory, the DFT. That Trinity theory is to be implemented via the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is LOV. We gotta come too close to nature sometimes here. We got some snakes here, snakes, and we got the trails which I call snakes because they are like snakes, huh? Curved snakes. Snakes are not necessarily bad. I love spiders, love snakes, and I love scorpions, and hawks and lions as well. So, it's nature. See, we got plantations on. See, this got those blue ribbons. We planted a lot. Thank you. This is my second home, but it's not just mine. It's yours, ours, and primarily and first and foremost, it is Mother Nature's. And we gotta concord it, and we gotta work hand in hand. Nature and civilization. My nature, with all I have, sexuality, which is a rainbow. You know, I discuss it, and I've discussed it for years. And I'm gay androgynous pansexual. I'm pansexual gay androgynous, or gay androgynous pansexual, whatever you will, and put it in whatever form. But loves my BDSM switch. No need to spy on me, Secret Service of Russia, China, or stay. Don't cross the ocean to spy on me, because I do only friends with benefits. Do friends with benefits. Consent and hygiene. Consent, CONSCENT. Consent and hygiene, and have fun, rock and roll. You know, it's fun for me to come here, and I always feel good when I come here. You know, when I do meditations here with nature. Looks like a storm is coming, but said the storm was going to start only later. It was delayed, and then delayed again, and now it seems like perhaps going to come some rain our way with the clouds. I don't mind storms. I don't mind thunder, lightning. I don't mind, of course, lightning, storms, and thunder, and lightning, and storms, lightning, thunder, snow, minus 20, plus 40, minus 40. I'm all seasons, and here the air is very fresh, so gonna inhale that spring air, clean my lungs, because I got a lot of cleaning on my lungs to do, and I did scrub the toilet bowl today, you know. Gotta scrub it again when I get back. And I did laundry, grateful, thankful for the washer dryer, you know. Take some brain and some muscle to build them, and take some brain and some muscle to build them, eh? Look at those blossoming beauties. I wonder when they're gonna blossom, but they're quite something there, see? So we get a little bit of that spring feel already. It's spring officially, but we got hit by a snowstorm the other, like, less than 2 weeks ago. You know, so got hit by a storm, you know, so we wonder for that X, for that Z, for that Y, you know, so it's for that drill to get for the X and for the Y, you know, so as we go, you know, as we go on the road, and as we go on the X, as we go on the Y, as we penetrate here on the, and be mindful of the X and the Y and the Z, and to get it on the Y, and you know, it's something which I enjoy doing, you know. It's like working out, and I can see a little bit of the sunset. All my fellow citizens doing a little bit of jogging. It's always good. And again, the air is fresh. The air's fresh, man. Wow, you can inhale, clean your lungs, because if I want to be able to clean somebody else, well, I gotta do my own cleaning, you know. I gotta do my own cleaning. I gotta do my own cleaning first on self to propel. And you know, I don't pretend and to be perfect. I am far from being perfect, and sometimes I still get moody, upset, you know. I'm a bit angry. I got aggression, but I channel it. I work out. I train. I exercise. But I'm no longer depressed and suicidal. I conquered being depressed, and I conquered being suicidal. I conquered being depressed. I conquered being suicidal. So I conquered being depressed. I conquered being suicidal. When I crossed Canada coast to coast, east and west. First went out west, BC, British Columbia. Came back, went out east. 2017, August and September. So that event made me come out of depression. So I said, so many things to see, to do, to live, to do, to experience, to write rock and roll songs, poetry, to work as an artist, athlete, philosopher, publish children's books, and I have written a few, and I'm writing constantly, always on that creation, rock and roll, always butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, farmers, always meditating geopolitics and our collective civilization as a philosopher, you know, so always thinking about what's happening in the trucks, in the truckers, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors, the grocery store clerks, all involved in the production, distribution of food, you know. They produce food right here. Produce food is the farmers, and we gotta get for that X, for that Y, for that Z, for that X and rock and roll and that Z, you know. So we gotta get it for that X, you know. So it's always the drill, 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 and we gotta get it for that drill, man. So it's always an instant thing, you know. So it's XYZ. So XYZ, you know. So, see, that is gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice right there. See, hopefully, gonna go like this. I know. I'm waiting to see. Probably something nice. And get it for the X, for the Y. Public workers working here, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's gonna give. You know, see what's gonna do. See how it's gonna unfold. It already starts to look good because I like those rocks. So I gotta salute. There's a big investment, you know. See, it says here in French what it's all about, so it's kind of cool. So it's a big investment going on, kind of a rearrangement and embellishment, rearrangement, but also with an ecological twist, right? So you also got a little bit of an ecological twist on it, so it's gotta get for that drill. But see, this kind of looks like it's, of course, a canal. See with the rocks there, so it's gonna be nice. Hopefully, see the rocks, they're gonna go like snakes, and for the water. So if it goes all the way there to there, the water's gonna look nice. It's gonna be watery, so I guess I don't see any pictures on it, but you can see it for XYZ. And we're gonna get from there. And we're gonna go from there, and we're gonna get it for the new construction. See, and this one is gonna be right here. So this is all new. It looks a bit very simple, but it might have a nice effect, you know. If it's water, it might have a nice effect. Anyways, see, it tells you there the cost for the investment. It's 13.9 million, 13.9 million, 13.9 million. So it's kind of a big investment, and of course it takes labor and work to do it, but It should be finished by December 2024, they said, so well, there's still a way to go. Let's go. If I do some volunteering, cut me a check. This is my second home. I'll do some working, and let's paint this one here. Of course, we can paint it a little bit of blue, paint it a little bit of blue, red, yellow, and go with a little bit of painting right here and right there. See, we can paint it here and paint it there. See. Yeah. We'll have to paint it some good colors, man. Oh, I see what they're doing. So it's gonna be there. See, it's gonna be a way to go there. So, hey, that's gonna be nice. I can't wait for that to be open. So it's gonna be XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. See, it's gonna go like that. See? Oh, hey, that's nice. Ah, that's nice. Super nice for that, man. And we made it to the top of the mountain. That's my favorite skyscraper right there. See, never gets old. Got some in mind. Never gets old right there when I get it. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, those dairy farmers. Gotta salute those dairy farmers 24/7. And gotta get a little bit of that picture from there and take some pictures and some rock and roll over the mountain, on the mountain, on the mountain skyscrapers, construction workers and the bakers and the butchers, dairy farmers. Dairy farmers, man, look at that. See, we got it on that X, we got it on that river there, and you can see my favorite skyscraper, the pyramid right there, super beautiful. We gotta get it on that X. Gotta get it. There's some pictures, man, right there. See, gotta get it for that. But you can see all the way to the mountains, man. See? See it all the way to the mountains. See, right here, Hakala Montreal is the headquarters of the Dancing Goddess, the Dragon Kingdom, and now we took some pictures and we're content. We're gonna switch to that French because we're in La Belle Province. At the top, we made it, so lots of people came here. I'm always excited to see people coming here because this is the greatest view on the planet right here. You see the mountains. And thank you to firefighters, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. And I always love, of course, to come meditate here and don't stick around here unless I dance a little bit on the dance. And I'm gonna get it for that action. Gotta get it for the love and gotta get it for that. See, you got flags down there. And make sure. That's nice, man. Super important, man. Work out, train, exercise, and gonna switch it to that French now. Gonna take a picture from this corner right here. See, Montreal, there it is. And gotta get it like that, and there we go. Switch it to that French. On est rendu. We're gonna switch it to that French before I say gratitude, grateful, thankful, rent, spade, electricity, bill, spade, got food and coffee, and we're gonna go drill it inside. But first, we're gonna drop those recyclings. Put recycling in those recycling bins right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We're gonna get it for that X, for that Y, and we're gonna rock and roll for that X. Beautiful. Paint this rainbow, rainbow right there, rainbow children dancing over there, and we made it to the top Mount Royal. Here it is on the block. Switch it to that French because we in La Belle Province. The cyclists, we gotta go on the road, We gotta get it for the rock and the road. Salute, salute, salute. Bienvenue, on est déjà rendu sur la montagne. Il faut que je mette du recyclage. Je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique. Je dois dire ma gratitude. Mon loyer payé, j'ai payé mon loyer pour le mois d'avril. J'ai payé ma facture d'électricité aussi. J'ai du café et du thé. Puis je dois faire du recyclage pour la nature. Et je dois fermer ici parce que je dois les fermer, bien sûr, parce qu'il faut que ça aille fermer. Fait qu'on les ferme. Et voilà. Tac. Tac. Et ça, on le met dedans. Aussi, un troisième, on met dedans aussi. Parce qu'on avait trois à faire le recyclage. Ouh, il y a de l'eau dedans, il faut que ça soit fermé. Ça, il faut que ça vous le gardez fermé, s'il vous plaît. Parce que c'est important. Bon, la gratitude. Avec du rock&roll, je travaille avec cet ordinateur portable. Des fois, il faut qu'on travaille avec ce qu'on a, les outils qu'on a. Aujourd'hui, pour et les fermiers qui produisent, les fermiers des fermes laitières, soit dans d'autres mots, qui produisent le lait avec les vaches et avec les instruments, les producteurs de lait, du lait, L-A-I-T de chez nous, du Québec et la belle province du Canada et l'Amérique du Nord. Parce que quand je dis local, d'habitude, c'est l'Amérique du Nord, je suis Québécois, Canadien, Nord-Américain, puis je vous invite à la danse, puis je vous invite avec du rock'n'roll à l'arc-en-ciel, à venir sur la montagne, puis à faire une marche. L'entraînement physique a été sur ma médecine et thérapie de choix. Et je dis toujours que commence ma session, mon entraînement physique, ça commence déjà aujourd'hui. Même si ça fait des années que je m'implique dans l'entraînement physique à une vie actif, à être actif physique, c'est bien sûr, ça commence dès aujourd'hui. Et puis bien sûr, j'ai fait du progrès pendant des années quand je suis sorti de la dépression puis être suicidaire. J'ai conquis la dépression, j'ai conquis être suicidaire, j'ai conquis la dépression puis être suicidaire, j'ai conquis la dépression puis être suicidaire, puis je salue mon citoyen qui fait du jogging, vous faites bien, c'est super important. De l'entraînement physique. C'est commence aujourd'hui, puis c'est un investissement d'encore. Puis je fais un coup d'année, j'étais en dépression puis suicidaire, puis qu'est-ce qui m'a fait sortir de la dépression puis être suicidaire? C'est quand j'ai traversé le Canada côte à côte. Cet événement dans ma vie. En août 2017, je suis allé à l'ouest, à Colombie-Britannique, à Vancouver. Je suis allé de retour, je suis allé vers l'Halifax, en train de 25 heures et 44 minutes de train. Ça a pris pour me rendre à Halifax. Et donc, cet événement-là de traverser le Canada, de côte à côte, de l'est à l'ouest, en 2017, en août et en septembre, l'été 2017, ça m'a fait que je suis sorti de la dépression, parce que je me suis dit combien de choses j'ai à voir, à faire, dans belle province au Québec, à travers le Canada, puis j'ai à écrire des livres, à chanter des chansons, puis à faire bien de la danse. Parce que votre artiste aspire à l'Asperger's puis la amnésie rétrograde, et qui a survécu la COVID en 2020. Et pour moi, la COVID, c'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie, c'était comme la mort. La pestilence puis la maladie, c'était comme la mort, la pestilence puis la maladie, la COVID. Pour moi-même, puis j'ai survécu. Puis j'ai survécu la COVID. Et puis bien sûr, ayant survécu la COVID, je vis carpe diem à tous les jours en faisant ce que j'aime, puis offrant de mes forces, mes énergies, puis mes chansons, mes poèmes, mes idées pour le cinéma, puis bien sûr ma philosophie, parce que je suis un artiste qui a l'Asperger's, athlète et philosophe indépendant et analyste en géopolitique. Et comme bien des aspects, les Asperger's, nous on a des obsessions, puis la mienne, c'est l'étude en géopolitique. Puis en parlant de la géopolitique, l'événement majeur 48 dernières, c'est bien sûr l'événement que l'Iran, la République islamique de l'Iran, le pays au Moyen-Orient, il a attaqué, lancé plus que 300 roquettes, des missiles, des fusées vers l'État d'Israël. Ça, c'est un événement majeur dans la géopolitique, puis on verra où on s'en aille, mais c'est un événement majeur. Puis, je dois dire, bien sûr, qu'en tant qu'avoir l'Asperger's puis Aspi, ça, c'est une de mes obsessions, les études, puis je suis un analyste et théoricien en géopolitique indépendant. Un analyste en géopolitique indépendant, ainsi qu'un 7e comédien, philosophe et artiste athlète avec amnésie rétrograde, puis bien sûr qui a survécu la COVID, mais ça c'est mes obsessions. J'ai des obsessions. La géopolitique, c'est des intérêts obsessifs parce qu'elle nous les aspire. On est maudit pour avoir certains intérêts au point de vue obsessif. Et ces intérêts d'obsession, pour moi, c'est la géopolitique. Le sport, la danse, c'est mon sport préféré. Avec, bien sûr, la danse et les études de civilisation, puis l'hygiène en public. Ça, c'est mes obsessions. Il y a d'autres aspects que c'est l'obsession, mais s'il vous plaît, ne pas laisser des canettes, s'il vous plaît. Juste faites un effort, parce que ça peut être mangé, rongé par des animaux, là. Recyclez-moi, tu sais, c'est écrit dessus, recyclez, faites du recyclage. Recyclez-moi, s'il vous plaît, c'est dit dessus, ça, faites l'effort, là, pour le recyclage. S'il vous plaît, faites un effort, puis c'est super important de faire un effort, bien sûr, dans le recyclage. C'est super important de faire l'effort du point de vue du recyclage. Fait que faites un effort, mettez ça en évidence. Mettez ça dans le recyclage, s'il vous plaît. Mettez ça dans le recyclage, super important. Et je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique. L'entraînement physique a été, selon moi, médecine et thérapie de choix. Et ici, avec votre aide et soutien, je veux construire et bâtir la maison du dragon, juste ici, pyramide en écarlate, 3 chambres. J'ai besoin de 3 chambres seulement. Face à face, avec le temple de la déesse. Le temple de la déesse, le temple de la déesse, qui danse en un cercle. Cercle ici. Un cercle. Un cercle à cet étage en multicouleur. Un cercle multicouleur ici et un cercle multicouleur et que ça soit en cercle multicouleur ici pour des événements comme la pleine lune, la célébration de la pleine lune, la célébration de la pleine lune, l'interprétation des rêves et bien sûr la danse pour la déesse, le temple de la déesse, oubliez avec la maison du dragon vis-à-vis face à face avec des bisous que je fonde puis je mets du crédit, des milliards de bisous, des châteaux, puis des câlins, puis ben du rock-and-roll, de la philosophie, puis des poèmes avec ça. Fait que le temple de la déesse, oubliez ça, on commence par le roche. On cercle à 7 étages vis-à-vis de la pyramide simple, austère, sauvage, juste besoin de 3 chambres, une chambre à dormir, une chambre à coucher, salle de bain avec un bain. Ici, rouge écarlate, face avec du vert, puis ben de la couleur pour les événements, puis les activités comme l'interprétation des rêves, le tarot, l'astrologie, des choses mystiques, spirituelles, le temps de la déesse, oublié face à face avec la maison du dragon. C'est 2 bâtiments que je veux bâtir avec votre aide. Ah oui, le travail en construction, je vous crédite. Des massages, des lavages de pieds à vie, blablabla, ça prend de l'action avec la philosophie. Ça prend de l'action, de la philosophie, de l'action. Ça prend de l'action puis de la philosophie. Et bien sûr, ça prend les cerveaux puis les muscles. Du cerveau, des cerveaux puis des muscles. Ça prend les deux. Ça prend les deux. Des fois, c'est une balance, c'est un équilibre. Puis, s'il vous plaît, encore une fois, recyclez-moi. Comme ça dit, ça indique que ça doit être recyclé parce que ça aurait pu tuer un lapin, ça aurait pu tuer une marmotte, ça aurait pu tuer un écureuil, ou un épervier, ou d'autres. La flore puis la faune sont dommages, fait que ne laissez pas ça dans le... Enfin, s'il vous plaît, mettez-les dans les vidanges. Si ça va dans les vidanges, si ça va dans le recyclage, mettez-les dans le recyclage. C'est tout que je vous demande, cher Québécois et Québécoises, faites un effort. Mettez ça dans le recyclage et mettez ça dans les vidanges. Si ça va dans les vidanges, c'est super important de le faire. C'est juste un petit appel de cœur de votre dragon arc-en-ciel artiste, athlète, philosophe, qui danse le plus, puis qui est obsédé par la géopolitique, les études en civilisation, puis le sport, la danse, avec l'hygiène en public, parce que ça tue les germes, puis les microbes, puis les bactéries, l'antibactérien, gel des mains. Ah ouais, on se lave les mains avec du savon, blablabla, des pompes, s'il vous plaît, je vous prescris aujourd'hui, en tant que le docteur du peuple. Des marches, une marche d'une demi-heure, ou 15 minutes minimum, et 50 pompes. Vous pouvez faire 5, 10 fois, ou 10, 5 fois, ou 4, 13 fois, 12, 4 fois 12, c'est 48, fait qu'il vous en manque une, la moitié de 4, c'est 2, fait que on va pouvoir faire un compromis de 13, c'est en 52, des pompes, non. Et vous voyez ici, c'est des zones de plantation. Fait que ici, c'est ma deuxième maison, mais c'est pas juste la mienne. C'est pas juste ma montagne, ma forêt, c'est la mienne, la vôtre, la nôtre, la mienne, la tienne, la vôtre, poème. Et bon, il faut en prendre soin. Est-ce que vous voyez d'où que je suis parti? De la métropole de Montréal. Et je suis venu ici pour la flore et la faune. Et vous voyez ces nouvelles plantations ici? Ça a des rubans. Les rubans, là. Les rubans. Regardez les belles rubans, des rubans. Rubans, hein? Ça, c'est des nouvelles plantations l'année passée. Il faut prendre soin de ça. C'est pour les écureuils, les lapins, les marmottes ici. Il faut faire l'action. C'est des individus citoyens, comme moi et vous et nous et tous, et moi-même et vous-même et moi-même et nous autres. Et qui l'ont fait, je salue. Salutations à ceux qui ont fait ces nouvelles plantations. Vous voyez où il y a des rubans, orange, bleu. Ça, c'est des nouvelles plantations, là. C'est important, ils ont planté, puis c'est bon pour l'environnement. Ils ont fait une bonne chose pour la montagne, pour la flore, puis la faune. Comme moi-même, qu'est-ce que je viens de mettre dans le recyclage, c'est peut-être que j'ai sauvé un peu de la faune. Ça prend de l'action, parce que c'est bien beau en parler, puis l'action, mais ça prend le faire aussi. Ça prend les muscles, ça prend le cerveau. Ça prend les deux pour le tango. Ça prend les muscles, puis le cerveau. Ça prend les deux pour le tango. Ça prend les muscles. Puis le cerveau, ça prend les deux pour le tango. Une autre chanson de composée de poèmes, s'il vous plaît, c'est la montagne. Mais qui mouille, on dirait que ça chatouille, ça chatouille. Oh, il va falloir que je me grouille, je pense. Je vais m'en aller à l'abri de... Sinon, je vais devoir interrompre, on va pouvoir finir l'entraînement physique là-bas, parce que je pense que commence à pleuvoir d'après ce que je vois, mais après je vais me rendre. Anyway, je vais vous discuter de... Ah oui, vous voyez, les nuages sont venus. Il était censé pleuvoir plus tard, mais les nuages sont venus de l'avance. Fait qu'on va essayer de se mettre à l'abri là-bas et à l'autre maison, mais il va falloir qu'on se grouille. Mais c'est peut-être que je vais interrompre la vidéo aussi parce que je veux pas, bien sûr. Mon outil de travail, là, c'est mon seul outil de travail, c'est l'ordinateur portable. Là, puis en tant que YouTuber, c'est la marche souvent. Rock&Roll pour les producteurs en agriculture aujourd'hui, toujours pour les pompiers, on les aime, les pompiers, les infirmières, les enseignantes, l'artiste, athlète, philosophe pour les travailleurs de l'Amérique du Nord, du Québec, de la belle province, les travailleurs publics qui changent les aqueducs, les infirmières, les bouchers dans les boucheries, les charcutiers dans les charcuteries, dans les charcuteries, les bouchers dans les boucheries, dans les charcuteries, les bouchers dans les boucheries, ça bouche. Dans les charcuteries, ça charcute. C'est pas un verbe, ça pour la boucherie, mais toujours penser à eux autres, puis penser à ce qui se passe à travers l'Amérique du Nord. Des pompiers, des services, aussi des sécurités, puis des forces armées, puis tout le collectif, l'individu, puis le citoyen que j'appelle pour le soutien de mon rêve, le royaume du dragon et la déesse qui danse, vice-versa de la déesse qui danse et du dragon qui est fondamentalement un appel pour un partenariat public-privé à travers le Collectif de Civilisation Americain que je fonde avec bien des bisous, de la danse, puis bien du rock-and-roll et pour la création de deux institutions complémentaires de partenariat public-privé. Et je vous discute de la théorie de la refusion de la dette, la TRD. La théorie de la refusion de la dette. La théorie de la refusion de la dette. La théorie de la refusion de la dette. La théorie de la refusion de la dette, tu sais. Fait que c'est la théorie de la refusion de la dette. C'est la TRD que je veux vous présenter. Puis, je veux dire, ça vient d'être maudit par l'Asperger's. Hein. Oh, ça commence. On va essayer de voir s'il y a une maison ici. Oh, ça commence fort, je pense. Oh non, ça passe, ça passe. Ah, là-bas, il pleuvait ici, il ne mouille pas. Et c'est quelque chose pareil, hein. C'est-à-dire qu'il y a des nuages qui passent. Là-bas, il mouille, puis ici, il mouille pas. C'est quand même spécial, je trouve, là, comment c'est en nature. Tu sais, il y a des nuages qui passent, puis on va là-bas et il n'y a pas de nuages, mais au-dessus de nous, il y a des nuages. Là-bas, il y a plus de nuages gris, puis vous avez même des coups de tonnerre qui s'en viennent. Mais anyways, je vais vous discuter de la théorie de la refusion de la dette. C'est très important parce que ça vient de la malédiction de l'Asperger's, que j'appelle. Je pense qu'on va être capable de se rendre jusqu'à l'autre maison, qui vient bien sûr de l'Asperger's. C'est ma théorie que j'ai constituée là, à coup d'années, puis que je suis convaincu que c'est la seule et unique solution en ce moment où on est rendu avec les finances publiques, du point de vue des finances publiques. Là. Ici, ça va-tu me protéger si je suis là? Non, c'est pas assez suffisant. On va devoir y aller où qu'il y a la maison, si on peut se rendre. On va y aller un peu vite, là. Pour y aller en dessous de l'abri, là-bas. La maison, on va devoir courir. Je vais vous parler de la théorie de la refusion de la dette en courant. Donc, c'est la seule solution en ce moment avec les finances publiques. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution, mes chers, que la théorie de la refusion de la dette, la TRD. C'est la TRD qui est la théorie de la refusion de la dette, tenant en compte qu'on est rendu à payer de la dette publique. On est rendu à payer d'intérêt sur la dette publique qui n'est pas soutenable. C'est dans une catastrophe qu'on s'en va, à une crise. Puis je vous montre ça. Ça, c'est les chiffres. Ça, c'est les dettes qu'on paye. Vous voyez, ça, c'est les chiffres officiels de la Banque canadienne. Je dois m'assurer que je travaille sans sécurité. Je tourne ma tête de la gauche à droite. Et regardez, en 2020-2021, on payait pour la dette publique, ça, le service de la dette publique, en d'autres mots, l'intérêt qu'on payait sur la dette, c'était 20,3 milliards. Après, cette année 2023-2024, ça a plus que doublé à 46,5 milliards. 1 milliard, c'est en 9 zéros, c'est 1000 millions. Fait qu'on payait 20 000 millions en 2020-2021. Fait qu'on s'en va vers une catastrophe. Ça a plus que doublé en 3 ans. Je comprends, avec la COVID, tout ça qui s'est ramassé, puis toutes les finances qu'on a fait durant la COVID, c'est rendu à 46,5. 46,5. C'est rendu à 46,5. 46,5. C'est 46,5. Ça, c'est 46,5. 46,5. 46,5. Vous voyez? Des milliards. Ça, c'est le prix en novembre 2023, le 22 novembre 2023. Ça, c'est les chiffres officiels de la Banque du Canada, ça. Vous pouvez les voir, ça, c'est des chiffres qui existent. C'est des chiffres officiels c'est des nombres des chiffres qui sont, bien sûr, publics. Public, c'est pas un secret, ça. Regardez, ça double de 20,3, ça aurait été 40,6. C'est plus que double cette année qu'on va payer d'intérêt. 46,5 milliards. 1 milliard, c'est 9 zéros. Donc, mes chers, il n'y a pas d'autre solution que la théorie de la refusion de la dette. Puis je peux vous dire qu'avec être maudit par l'Asperger, ça a fait que je suis obsédé à cause de l'Asperger par certains sujets. Certains sujets d'intérêt que j'étudie en détail, puis avec intensité, puis c'est les études de civilisation. J'ai étudié les civilisations, des civilisations de l'ancienne Égypte, Sumérie, puis Rome, la civilisation romaine, pas roumaine, mais la Roumanie, mais le mot, ça vient du latin, ça veut dire la nouvelle Rome, là, mais je parle parce que bon, Québécois et Québécoises, on est aussi descendants des Français, des Romains, c'est les ancêtres de nos ancêtres, mais bon, ça, c'est les anciennes civilisations, c'est pour ça qu'on a quand même le latin. Donc, pour en courir, pour en faire, bien sûr, du bon, c'est la théorie de la refusion de la dette, la TRD, qu'il faut faire l'implémentation. L'implémentation de la théorie de la refusion de la dette. La théorie de la refusion de la dette, c'est prendre toute la dette, puis tenez compte que la TRD, la théorie de la refusion de la dette, ça inclut la théorie d'intégration monétaire. Donc la théorie d'intégration monétaire, c'est exactement ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe. Les Européens ont laissé faire le Deutschmark, et bien sûr ils ont laissé faire le Deutschmark, les Allemands ils ont laissé faire le Deutschmark, puis bien sûr les Italiens ils ont laissé faire le lira, puis les Français ont laissé faire le franc. Bien sûr, fait que on fait de l'entraînement physique ici sur la montagne en vous disant que la théorie de la refusion de la dette, c'est la seule et unique solution qui existe en ce moment pour en faire. Et la TRD, la théorie de la refusion de la dette, ça inclut bien sûr la théorie d'intégration monétaire. C'est que, qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe? Les Français ont laissé enlever le franc, les Italiens ont laissé faire le lira, et bien sûr, les Français ont laissé faire le franc, les Italiens ont laissé faire le lira, et bien sûr, les autres Allemands ont laissé faire le Deutschmark, ils ont adopté une unité d'échange et une monnaie commune. Ça, c'est la théorie d'intégration monétaire. Donc, ma théorie, la TRD, ça inclut cette théorie-là. Qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait? Ils ont fait de l'implémentation en Europe il y a une couple d'années. Ça a commencé dans les années 50, ça a allé en progression. Et maintenant, plus que 22, 25, 28, je pense le chiffre exact, 28 pays en Europe, il y a une unité d'échange commune. Il y a une banque centrale européenne. L'euro qu'ils ont fait, ça a commencé plus fort en 1999. Quand plusieurs pays ont fait la banque européenne officielle en 1999. En 1999, je pense. 1er janvier, je pense, 2000. C'était l'euro. Ils ont fait l'euro, c'est des euros qui ont E-U-R-O. Fait que ma théorie, ça inclut l'intégration monétaire, mais spéciale conçue pour la situation actuelle, pour l'Amérique du Nord. Parce que je vis pour aujourd'hui, avec l'espoir pour demain, puis la théorie de la refusion de la dette, je fais appel à tous et toutes, c'est la seule solution. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Comme vous avez pu voir, ou qu'on est rendu avec les finances publiques, la dette publique, là, la dette publique, on est rendu bien sûr avec la dette publique de payer 46,5 milliards d'intérêts. Milliards. Ça, c'est juste l'intérêt qu'on paye. Qu'est-ce que ça s'appelle, bien sûr? Servir à la dette. Imaginez-vous, en 2020-2021, comme je vous ai montré, on paye 20,3 milliards, puis encore une fois, le chiffre est énorme déjà. 1 milliard, c'est 1000 millions. 3 ans plus tard, on paye 46,5 milliards. 46,5 milliards. 46,5 milliards. Ça a plus que doublé, hein? C'est plus que le double. C'est plus que le double. Ici, la maison du dragon. Donc, je vais vous expliquer maintenant la théorie de la refusion de la dette. Donc, prendre toute la dette, publique ainsi que privée, bien sûr, toute la dette, publique ainsi que privée, faire une refusion, faire une refusion, faites bien, salutations, faire une refusion, et bien sûr, s'il vous plaît, laissez pas des déchets ici. Donc, c'est quoi la théorie de monétaire? C'est faire une refusion, prendre toute la dette, publique ainsi que privée, bien sûr, et bien sûr, faire cette refusion-là. Donc, je vais mettre mon chandail parce que la température a baissé. Je vais juste mettre mon chandail puis commencer à vous expliquer la théorie de la refusion de la dette en mettant mon chandail un peu parce que là, commence à faire un peu dans le froid, un peu ici sur la montagne. La température a baissé d'un couple de degrés. Puis quand je commence à avoir un peu, pas nécessairement froid, mais je veux pas, je veux pas avoir de problème. Anyway, c'est la théorie d'intégration monétaire. La théorie d'intégration monétaire, c'est qu'est-ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe, bien sûr. Ils ont fait une unité d'échange commune, puis bien sûr, ils ont adopté une unité d'échange commune. Fait que ma théorie de la refusion de la dette, la TRD, ça inclut bien sûr cette théorie d'intégration monétaire, ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe, bien sûr, mais d'une autre manière. Fait que je vais vous l'expliquer maintenant comment c'est quoi la TRD, la théorie de la refusion de la dette, en faisant bien sûr un petit entraînement physique ici, et en buvant un peu de Donc, prends toute la dette publique-privée. Ma dette en tant que citoyen, c'est 10 500. Donc, ma dette, votre dette, notre dette commune, québécoise, canadienne et bien sûr de l'Amérique du Nord. Prendre toute la dette publique-privée, ma dette de 10 500, la ramasser, faire une addition avec la vôtre, la nôtre, ce chiffre-là, vu que le dollar américain, c'est encore la dette de choix pour les finances du monde, le commerce international, puis les autres, bien sûr, faire une refusion, faire une conversion, tout l'argent, la dette publique privée du Canada, faire la conversion en dollars des États-Unis, du Mexique, le peso en dollars américains, et bien sûr du aide de l'Haïti, que bien sûr en dollars de l'Haïti, de la gourde haïtienne en dollars des États-Unis. Donc toute la dette publique-privée, faire ce gros chiffre, tout ça, la dette ensemble, faire un ramassage, la dette publique-privée, ma dette, votre dette, notre dette, votre dette à moi et vous et nous. Et ce chiffre-là, ça va être tout converti en dollars des États-Unis parce que la devise des États-Unis, le dollar américain des États-Unis, c'est encore la première monnaie au monde en termes de finances du monde, commerce global et les échanges commerciaux internationaux, puis global, puis du monde, puis bien sûr le tourisme aussi. Donc, vu comme ça, on va faire la conversion de toute la dette publique privée en dollars canadiens, on va convertir en dollars États-Unis, du Mexique, Canada, tous les pays de l'Amérique du Nord. Ce chiffre-là, ça va fonder une nouvelle banque, comme qu'ils ont fait en Europe, mais en Amérique du Nord. Ça peut être transatlantique, mais s'ils veulent, mais c'est principalement pour l'Amérique du Nord là, que je vous parle, comme qu'ils ont fait en Europe. Donc, faire la unité d'échange, une nouvelle monnaie qui va s'appeler unité d'échange universelle. U.unité, E.échange universel. U. Unité échange universel. U.E.U. Unité échange universel. U.E.U. Unité d'échange universel. Et donc, ça va être égal au dollar des États-Unis. Et toute la dette publique-privée, ça va être l'argent initial pour fonder cette nouvelle banque. On va mettre un taux d'intérêt maximum de 10%, pas plus que 10, par principe. On va faire un gel des prix, le prix du pain, du miel, du lait, des saucisses, une standardisation à travers l'Amérique du Nord. Donc on va avoir fini avec l'inflation. On va créer cette nouvelle banque, unité d'échange universelle. Avec tout cet argent-là, on va pouvoir financer les deux institutions de partenariat public-privé, l'armée du dragon, l'armée de la déesse qui danse, pour le service pour la sécurité intégré avec toutes les forces qui existent de sécurité aujourd'hui, et l'armée de la déesse qui danse pour l'environnement, nettoyer les forêts, les rivières, les océans, les montagnes, et faire du recyclage, l'éducation puis l'action, et bien sûr faire ce compromis du partenariat public-privé. Et bien sûr, on va pouvoir faire bien sûr des travaux dans les parcs, l'infrastructure à travers l'Amérique du Nord, les ponts à travers l'Amérique du Nord, l'infrastructure, bien de l'infrastructure, les nids de poules, l'infrastructure de côte à côte, public-privé, des autres hôpitaux. Avec cet argent-là, on va pouvoir fonder plus des hôpitaux, plus de finances. Public-privé, ça va être un compromis, un partenariat public-privé, parce que fondamentalement, quand je vous fais appel à soutenir mon rêve, le royaume de la déesse et du dragon qui danse, c'est fondamentalement un rêve, puis un appel pour un partenariat public-privé basé sur mes philosophies, mes théories, la théorie d'intégration citoyenne, la théorie de la refusion de la dette, la TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, la théorie d'intégration citoyenne, la théorie d'intégration citoyenne avec ça, et bien sûr la TRD que je vous ai présentée, puis je vous dis 100% qu'il n'y a pas d'autre solution, où qu'on est rendu aujourd'hui, le 15 avril, avec combien qu'on paye d'intérêt pour la dette publique, les finances publiques, il n'y a pas d'autre solution que la TRD, la théorie de la refusion de la dette, pour la création, avec l'armée du dragon, soit l'armée nord-américaine citoyenne intégrée pour la sécurité et le service. On va pouvoir baser plus de superordinateurs puis des places pour la surveillance, puis le service, puis la sécurité où les citoyens peuvent y aller. Puis c'est une vision. On va avoir des centres pour voir tout ce qui se passe avec des caméras web, puis les caméras, puis les travailleurs publics, puis qu'est-ce qui se passe, puis qui vont, puis XYZ, puis pour le bien commun, puis pour la sécurité de l'individu, puis le collectif. Parce que vous connaissez rendu en géopolitique, je l'ai prévu en 2019. Qu'est-ce qui arrive maintenant, là? Je l'ai prévu en 2019. J'avais fait une analyse profonde parce que je suis analyste et théoricien en géopolitique indépendant, puis Asperger's, puis j'avais prévu en 2019 qu'est-ce qui se passe. J'avais prévu qu'est-ce qui se passe. J'ai prévu la situation maintenant qui arrive en ce moment à travers le monde. J'ai pas comme en tant que prophète, là, par exemple. mais en tant qu'aspect artiste et philosophe et analyste et théoricien en géopolitique, parce que la géopolitique, c'est une de mes obsessions. Maintenant, l'événement majeur des 3 derniers jours, c'est l'attaque pour la première fois dans l'histoire que l'Iran, la République islamique de l'Iran, a attaqué l'État d'Israël. Voilà, ça peut déstabiliser toute la région, puis ça peut être une conflagration, 3e guerre mondiale. Maintenant, si la Chine va avec le Taïwan, comme la Russie avec l'Ukraine, ben, tu sais, c'est des choses qui peuvent peut-être une alliance Iran, puis avec la Chine, puis avec la Russie. Iran, c'est une population quand même de quoi, 88 millions, 88, plus que 80. Je sais pas s'ils sont rendus à 90, mais ils sont plus que 80 millions. Tu sais, c'est quand même un pays 2 fois plus peuplé que l'Ukraine, là. C'est quand même un pays 2 fois plus peuplé que l'Ukraine. C'est 2 fois plus peuplé que le Canada, c'est sûr. 2 fois plus. Nous autres, on est 40 millions. Au Québécois, on est 9. Je parle pas en tant que juste population, parce que chaque individu compte, mais avec le collectif, mais je parle en tant que, tu sais, de point de vue, s'il y a une guerre, quoi que ce soit, tu sais, c'est grave quand même, c'est urgent, puis j'ai prévu ces choses-là. Je l'ai prévu, mais pas comme un prophète des astres, même si je suis mystique, puis je crois à quelque chose de spirituel. J'ai un côté spirituel, puis on considère quand même une personne qui essaie d'être spirituelle, mais pas au détriment du monde physique, puis de la nature humaine. Moi-même aussi, j'avoue, tu sais. Moi aussi, j'en ai moi aussi, mes chers, l'agression, j'en ai moi aussi. Mais je m'entraîne, je fais de l'exercice physique. Je fais de l'exercice physique, je m'entraîne, je fais des pompes pour ne pas faire mal à la personne. Puis, je l'avoue, j'en ai de l'agression, mais je m'entraîne, je fais de l'exercice physique pour faire la sublimation. La sublimation, c'est important de faire la sublimation de ses forces. Avec toutes les imperfections que j'ai moi-même, j'ai quand même du côté de la malédiction de l'Asperger's. C'est pas une maladie, c'est pas une maladie, l'Asperger's, puis il n'y a pas de médicament pour l'Asperger's. L'Aspi, je suis obsédé par certains sujets, je répète 2-3 fois la même chose, j'ai des gestes un peu rituels, bizarres avec les mains, puis un geste, puis bien sûr, je m'approche trop proche des gens, on a tendance à ne pas respecter l'espace privé, là, l'espace en tant que, quand on communique, là, l'espace personnel qu'on appelle, l'espace personnel. On a tendance à ne pas respecter ces choses-là, mais il n'y a pas de médicaments, juste savoir faire la gestion, gérer mes symptômes. Si je discute de certains sujets, être à l'écoute, être attentif, puis des fois, les gens, ils pensent que les Asperger's comme moi-même, on n'a pas d'empathie, on n'a pas de compassion, mais c'est pas ça, c'est juste qu'on montre la compassion plus par des actions que par des gestes de la face, par des gestes de la face, ou par des gestes de la face, ou par... on aime ça par l'action, par faire offrir quelque chose si on peut l'offrir, soit nourriture si la personne a faim, ou l'argent en finance, la personne a besoin, ou massage si la personne vient de faire un entraînement physique, puis si vous êtes amis, puis je fais juste des amis avec bénéfice, tous mes alliés permis sont les gens, prêtez allégeance. Prêtez allégeance, les gens, vous êtes famille, prêtez allégeance, les gens, vous êtes famille, prêtez allégeance, les gens, vous êtes famille. Puis bien sûr, c'est super important, faire l'entraînement physique. Ça, je vous encourage, ça fait tellement du bien pour moi-même, puis je répète comment c'est important, puis on s'en va faire l'entraînement physique aussi, mais je dois dire mon gratitude. J'ai payé mon loyer, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité, puis j'ai du café petit thé, puis je vous encourage, puis je continue à faire appel pour un partenariat public-privé pour le financement des citoyens, pour qu'on les finance à faire l'entraînement physique. Super important, on les finance à faire l'entraînement physique. Qu'on les finance à faire l'entraînement physique. Le financement puis l'encouragement, ça fait tellement du bien. J'ai embarqué dans l'entraînement physique, ça fait un couple d'années quand j'ai sorti de la dépression et du suicidaire, puis ça fait tellement bien pour moi-même, puis bien sûr, ça peut faire bien pour vous autres, puis ça peut faire beaucoup de bien pour l'individu, pour le collectif, l'encouragement, puis même le financement. That's it, that's all, rock&roll. Puis encore une fois, gratitude. J'ai payé mon loyer pour le mois d'avril. Ma facture d'électricité Hydro-Québec, on construit, bâti d'autres centrales. Pour les pompiers, amour pour les pompiers, les boulangers, les charpentiers, les électriciens, les camionneurs sur la route, mais dans les ambulances. Aujourd'hui, pour ceux qui produisent notre lait, du lait des vaches, puis ça vient dans la bouche, puis ça fait du bien pour du calcium. On en vient de la bouche des laits, puis ça fasse pour du calcium. Merci pour le don. Vous voyez, ici, ça dit meilleur avant le 6 avril. Ça dit meilleur avant le 6 avril, meilleur avant le 6 avril, mais j'ai testé, puis c'est encore bon, fait que On va s'hydrater avec ça en faisant l'entraînement. We're gonna hydrate, rock and roll. Let's go. Give me some marching steps. We're just gonna march, do some squats, do some push-ups. On va faire la marche, situation, puis on va faire des pompes, puis l'entraînement physique, push-ups and squats. Let's go. Get ready. I want to get down. Give me some push-ups. Hey, des pompes. Let's go. Push-ups for the dairy farmers. Push-ups for the dairy farmers. Des pompes. Push-ups for those dairy farmers, man. Des pompes pour les qui produisent le lait. Ils produisent les vaches. Thank you, salute. Let's go. Give me some marching. We keep it in motion. Hey, you already know the drill. We keep it in motion on garde. Mouvement. We gotta keep it up on that motion. Let's go. Give me hogs, give me push-ups, give me squats. Give me on that block, give me on those squats. Go east, west, north, south. Go east, go west. Let's go up in the drill. Here, we go here. Let's go move into the sunset. On y va dans le coucher du soleil, vers le coucher du soleil, towards that sunset. Let's get it. Towards the sunset, vers le coucher du soleil. Let's go. Oh, it's raining still a bit. I don't know, is it not? Gonna have to keep on the moving, man. Go give me some hawks. HAWK. Let's go, hawks. On fly high FLY des éperviers. On se lance, on launch the rocket. Let's go, keep it in motion. Drill. And slide left, slide right. On glisse de la gauche, puis de la droite, on avance. We slide on the left, we slide on the right. Keep it on the drill. Keep it on the go. Keep it on the drill, you know. It's starting to rain again. Gotta go inside, gotta protect my work tool. Je dois aller en dedans, je dois protéger mon outil de travail. It's starting to rain again, man. Il commence à avoir de la pluie encore, fait que va falloir que je protège mon outil de travail parce que c'est mon outil de travail, cet ordinateur, fait que on doit y faire attention. I gotta get attention and I gotta wipe that water off of it. I'm auctioning this green and everything. I'm wearing $1 million each. Give half to my anonymous sister, $1 million chaque. Je donne la moitié à ma soeur anonyme. $1 million. There we go. We get a rock and roll, right? I don't want to damage the work tool, so we're gonna keep it here inside. Inside we're protected from the... Let's go squats! Des accroupissements, on descend puis on monte. Give me those squats up and down for that booty and that peach. You wanna kiss it for world peace? En haut puis en bas, des accroupissements. Qui veut donner des bisous pour la paix mondiale? For that world peace! Support the dream, souvenir le rêve. The dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom PPP. Blah blah blah. Workout, train, exercise. Well, about to lose that hat, man. Gotta keep it on the drill. Gotta go left and right and advance. Gotta go advance. Keep the hands up, chin down, boxing. I got a backpack, gotta slide. Let's go those hips, left and right. Slide left and right, de la gauche, puis de la droite. Slide left and right, de la gauche, puis de la droite. We gotta slide. Slide left and right. On tourne les hanches de la gauche puis de la droite. And we go helicopter chopper. Let's go helicopter. Helicopter on that chop, 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 chop. For the farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, truckers on the road, railway conductors pour les conducteurs des trains, les infirmières dans les garderies, les enseignants, puis les électriciens, les plombiers, les charcutiers, les caissiers, those cashiers, let's go. Gotta keep it on the march, man. Left, right. Gotta get punch, punch left, punch right. La gauche, la gauche, puis la droite. We gotta get it on that slide, man. SLAYD, slide left and right, slide left and right, slide left and right, slide left and right. We gotta go for the drill. We gotta go for the left and for the right. We gotta go for that deal. We gotta go for that deal. Huh? Gotta go for XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. Hey, let's go, let's go, let's go. Give those chins up. Go left and right. Go right and go left hand. We go for that hawk again, fly high, FLY. On vole comme un épervier, comme un rapace dans les airs. We fly, FLY, FLY. Fly high, FLY. On the toes we go sky high, on the toes we go sky high. On y va, on y monte, let's go. Fly, that feels good. Gotta get that milk hydrated for the dairy farmers today, salute. First and foremost, always for my anonymous sister, the you. Toujours aujourd'hui, principalement pour les fermiers dans les fermes qui produisent le lait de chez nous, dans l'Amérique du Nord, du Québec, de la Nouvelle-France, du Canada. Merci. I love milk, and this has to be put in the recycling. If it has the recycling, is it recyclable? C'est-tu, on peut-tu recycler ça? Il faut voir s'il y a le signe, bien sûr. Yep, he got that sign. Là où les installations nécessaires existent. Fait que ça, quand même, le recyclage, so it says there where you can recycle it, you can put it. It's got those 3 arrows, so. C'est vrai, on peut le faire dans le recyclage, mais bien sûr. Let's go. More push-ups. It looks like the sun's about to pierce. The sun making the Pope dispersing the clouds, so you know. On the squats again. Squats, SQATS. They drop, drop, drop. Squats. Squats, squats, squats. Squats. L'accroupissement. We go bring it low, LOW. On descend, puis on monte. Oh yeah, I got that sun, man. Oh yeah. Still raining over there or what? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it here because it's clouds passing, although it gets a little bit of that beautiful gold, you know. Sunset is in 44 minutes or so. 44 minutes sunset. Oh yeah, that's a nice picture. Look at that. Oh yeah. That's a nice picture. Get that gold, man. Oh yeah, I got those nice pictures with that. Keep it in motion, on garde en mouvement. Let's go, rock and roll over time. Every time we rock and roll with it. Every time we rock and roll and over time. Get ready, we're gonna do some more. We gotta do some push-ups, man. Push-ups best. They pump. Upper body, let's go get it, push-ups. They pump. Let's go, bring it low. Push-ups. Oh yeah. Sun's gonna come out, pierce the clouds. It's a little bit on the windy side. Want to feel good, have some fun. L'important c'est s'amuser. Quand on fait l'entraînement physique aussi, même si je le prends au sérieux, I take my fitness journey seriously every day. But I also gotta learn, I learned to have a little bit of fun and go a little bit rock and roll crazy with it. Un peu. You gotta lose it sometimes a little bit. Il faut que on se perde un peu. You gotta get lost in the sunshine and the storm sometimes. Il faut qu'on se perde dans la tempête et puis le soleil. Let's go. Yes! I see my pop the King Sun. Je vois mon papa le soleil qui sort. Et c'est le temps que je fasse d'autres rapaces. Let's go hawk. Fly high H-A-W-K. Turn your hawk heads east, west, north, south. On the toes we go. Fly high F-L-Y. And we fly F-L-Y. Turn your hawk heads east, west, north, south. On y va. On tourne la tête de la gauche à la droite. And we go. Turn your hawk heads east, west, north, south. On tourne la tête de la gauche puis de la droite. On vole dans les airs. Fly, F-L-Y. And we go. Feeling on that good, man. Feeling on that good. Let's go squats. Les accroupissements, on descend puis on monte. We go up, and we go down. We go down, and we go up. We go up and down. On descend puis on monte. We go up, and we go down. For that booty, for that peach. Ah, that feels good. Look at that beauty right there. As the Pope mocking the sun, mon papa le soleil. Il se lève puis qu'il se couche. Every second the sun rises, the sun sets à chaque seconde. Le soleil se lève puis se couche. We're gonna get that rainbow or what? On va voir là. Peut-être. Peut-être on va voir là. Let's go, more squats. SQATS. Bring it LOW, on amène en bas, puis on y va. Ah, keep it in motion. On garde en mouvement. You know, it's an overtime every time. C'est vrai que c'est un temps supplémentaire à tous les fois, à chaque fois. Puis, là, c'est le beau coucher de soleil. Look at that beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sunset, sunset, sunset. Bless le coucher de soleil. He's gonna get that overtime, man. Gotta get it for the drill, man. Gotta get it for the rocks. Gotta get it for the spark, man. Gotta get it for the X. I gotta get it for the Y, man, you know. Ready. Ready for some more hawks. H-A-W-K, on the fly and on the way. Comme un épervier, on monte via haut. Vers le ciel, on y va, towards the sky, sky high. Ah, on the toes, bring it up. Turn your hog heads east, west, north, south. Ah, that feels so good, man. Gotta get a little bit of more sun, man, more gold. Gotta turn those hips left or right. On doit tourner les hanches de la gauche puis de la droite, de la gauche puis de la droite. Ah, yes. Sun shining right on me. Gonna go do a little bit of sparring with my Pope the King Sun. Go left, right, let's go. Dragon versus Storm, Dragon versus Fury, and then anybody else. Oh, yeah. Gotta get a little bit of that rock and roll. For the sun, my Pope the King the One. Let's get ready. Gonna sing some of that good rock and roll. For that French and English, here we go. Ready for that Rainbow Dragon rock and roll. Keep it in motion, on garde la mouvement. Keep it in motion, on garde la mouvement. Keep it in motion, on garde la mouvement. Ready? Oh, what a beauty for the photo. What a beauty for the logo. What a beauty for the photo. What a beauty for the logo. Here we go. What a beauty for we go. What a beauty for we know. Right a beauty for we low. Right a beauty for we show. Right a beauty for we know. Ready? Yeah, you know that's my Pope, the King's son. I the rainbow dragon, that's the sing-along. Wearing red, that's what I said. For the farmers and the butchers and the bakers and the nurses, daycare workers, truckers on the road, we love them. Firefighters, and those butchers and the nurses and the doctors with the rainbow out of the storm. It goes for that rock and roll and that rocket with a rainbow. For the true north, up in the Quebec, you know, la belle province. On the switch it and the bilingual, you know, we play it. On the play it on the mountain, for the hawks and for the birds, for the firefighters, truckers and the butchers, hey, carpenters up in the tables, those construction workers in steel toes. On the cranes, you know they go. On the lanes, they switching show. For the show and for the dough. It ain't all about the money. Where's the loving, loving sunshine in the sea? Wall Street gives some charity, that's what I see. For the workers, for the union, for the solar, for the lunar, for the solar, for the lunar, for the rebirth, North America. Gotta say it in that English, gotta say it for the spirit. Hey, you know that you gotta love it. It's all about loving. Loving, loving, loving. Hey, we gotta keep on living. Living for the sun. Living for the one. Nature, God, the bricks, civilization, God, those sats. Satellites up in the light. Satellites up in the science. Science for that rock and roll. You know we got that art in rock and roll. For the road and for the trucks. On the warehouses, on the workers, on the docks, for the clocks and for the thick, for the love and for the heel, for the hawk and for the wolves. Hey, ooh, some wolverines up in the mountains, gotta say, up in the hay, with the horses getting that late sunshine. It's rock and roll. Et le pape, le soleil, est en train de briller avec la tempête, et où l'arc-en-ciel, je vous chante, portant rouge sur la montagne, pour les bouchers, les infirmières, les camionneurs, et les trains publics échangent les aqueducs et une autre chanson de la montagne, pour la civilisation, la métropole, des 17 régions que ça danse. 17 régions, là, au Québec, le fromage qui produisent, puis ça monte des gratte-ciel, le train en construction, que ça soit, avec le soleil, mon papa, je vous brille. À la course, puis à la danse, puis ça chauffe sans relâche. Hey! On est en avril en arc-en-ciel, si ça ne peut pas venir des abeilles qui vont faire ben du miel. Les abeilles qui vont faire des fleurs avec du miel. Les abeilles qui vont faire. Fais-nous le bien du miel, puis ça sort de l'arc-en-ciel après la tempête sur la montagne. Et notre chanson que je vous chante. Oh le dragon que ça danse, sinon ben j'arrête. Hey, pas d'argent pour une guitare. Ah, ça va Céline, puis ça va aller la colline, la montagne est gratte-ciel, le satellite dans les airs, téléphone logiciel, le bécherel qui a tombé contre l'amour pour la danse pour sa face. De chez nous, de la belle province, puis regarde sa montagne, le soleil, mon pape, le roi mon soleil, qui se réveille puis qui se couche en même temps, chaque seconde en rouge, rouge, rouge. Faut que ça bouge, de la belle province de Rock&Roll. Rock, puis ça roule, puis y a pas de tonnerre, juste des gens qui s'aiment, puis se tiennent par la main, puis se caressent, puis des mains, puis des fesses, ça bouge, des bisous, puis des chatouilles, puis ça rouille, pas de rouille, on enlève. Ah oui, à la danse, avec province, Québec comme Québécoise, des fois on va pouvoir bouger ensemble les montagnes. Pour du miel, pour du malasse, pour sa face, chanson. Oh yeah, that's that rock and roll by Lou, you know, gotta get that sun, man. Gotta get it in that sun to get that drill, and gotta get it for that X, gotta get it for the Y, man. Gotta get a little blessing, you know. Always, man. Always getting a little bit of that sun now, getting a little bit of sunset. Beautiful, and I get it to get that sun, get a little bit of workout overtime every time we already went, and now it's time to get back to that biz, you know. So time to get back business, man. It's business, and it's now. So we gotta go it on that drill, you know. Gotta go it on the pill. Gotta go it for the squats. Squats. Where the rainbow at? Squats. Where the rainbow at? I'm gonna go drill it towards the sun, man. That's about as we go, you know. Finishing up working overtime every time, and there we go with that, man. Let's go, give me some more hawks. Gotta fly high FLY, on doit se lancer vers l'espace. Tenir rockets east, west, north, south. Go HAWK. Roundabout, get that gold sunrise and sunset somewhere in the day now. À chaque seconde, le soleil se lève puis se couche quelque part dans le monde. You know, I live an austere, simple, severe 21st century rainbow, Spartan, highly physically active lifestyle. I live an austere, severe, simple, highly physically active 21st century rainbow driving Spartan lifestyle. I live an austere, severe, simple, 21st century rainbow dragon, highly physically active Spartan lifestyle. Je vis un mode de vie sévère, austère, arc-en-ciel du dragon spartiate et très physique, actif physique du 21e siècle. Je vis un mode de vie sévère, austère, en arc-en-ciel du dragon spartiate du 21e siècle, très actif physique. Je vis un mode de vie austère, sévère, en arc-en-ciel du dragon, en arc-en-ciel spartiate, très actif physique du 21e siècle. Love is the law, love under will. What the hell? So we know. Amour, tu l'as inventé, ça sera tout là. Telema. Let's go, HAWK. Fly high and we do squats. Les accroupissements, coucher de soleil, sunset. Rock and roll, bring that booty in that low. And more squats, hawks. And do some more push-ups also. Let's do some push-ups, man. Push-ups. Always good for some push-ups, man. Go bring it up. Twist those hips, left and right, just like this. On tourne les hanches, la gauche, la droite, comme ça. Twist those hips. This has to be recycled, has to be put into recycling with the other ones. So put it here. Now we're gonna recycle it. Thank you, dairy farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. It's getting a bit on that chili, so I have to put on the other one, other one, this one. Auctioning both, 1 million each. Give 1 million if you buy both, 1 million each. Half to my anonymous sister, that's 1 million. It's a friend. Over time, every time, that's the motto. Already marched more than the generals, any general of NATO already today. J'ai fait plus de marche, yeah. Legionnaire du monde libre de l'OTAN. Let's go, Dragon Nora NATO. Dragon Nora NATO, blah, blah, blah. Public-private partnership, support a dream. Dancing goddess in the Dragon Kingdom now. We're gonna march towards the sun, man. We're gonna march towards the sun, because you know we like to march towards the sun, because I want to chase. See if I get to see some of that rainbow. Yes! Where's the rainbow? Nowhere? Oh, it's still raining here, though. Hey, it's still raining, man. Oh, there's the rainbow! For the 7th year, I saw the rainbow today. That's that rainbow. Saw the rainbow for the Septennium. Rainbow has 7 colors. We make a new covenant here on the mountain, Mount Montreal. Roma has an army split your allegiance avec toutes mes alliés, puis enlever tes allégeances. And take it for that rainbow, man. See, that's that rainbow. That's that rainbow. C'est l'arc-en-ciel, là. That's that rainbow, man. C'est l'arc-en-ciel qui est là. That's that rainbow, man. Yeah. Hey, that's that rainbow. Hey, that's that rainbow. After the storm, the sun. That's that rainbow. Good omen, see? For the 7-year Septennium. 7-year dancing goddess dragon kingdom Septennium. For the 7-year dancing goddess dragon kingdom Septennium. And that is the rainbow, man. You see the rainbow there? We see it. I'm gonna go down to see some more pour. The Citoyen, the Septennium. It's a good omen, and you can see the bow for a covenant, for a nouvelle alliance. Mes alliés, puis armés, prêtez allégeance. For my allies and armies, pledge your allegiance to our family, vous êtes famille, and see that rainbow. I don't know how visible it is, but I saw it, I see it. Assez visible quand même. So. But that 7-year Septennium, man, saw the rainbow, so that's a good omen. Mother Nature, forgotten goddess, who dances with her brother sun, la mère nature, qui danse avec son frère le soleil. It's gotta give us a good omen, man, as we go down now, drill, you know. See? I saw the rainbow. It's been a while. J'ai vu, pas vu. So anybody want to finance? You know, I go up and down these stairs here. See, these are long stairs. I can go up and down these stairs 300 times with Rock&Roll. Got a beautiful sun. I'm just gonna take some pictures. Can go up and down these stairs 300 times. Je peux descendre puis monter ces escaliers 300 fois. 300 times with up and down. 300 fois en haut puis en bas. 300 times. Up and down, 300 times, man. Up and down. 300 times for a call of your choosing, man. What time it is? 7:37. So I gotta get moving, man. I gotta be careful on the stairs though, because when it's wet, they're kind of slippery, eh? So whoop, it's kind of very slippery actually with these boots. Ça glisse quand même, il faut que je fasse attention. J'ai remarqué qu'avec ces bottes-là, ça glisse beaucoup, tu sais. Ça glisse quand même beaucoup. Fait que anybody want to go up and down, I go 300 times, $300, $300 fois, $300. PayPal North America for a cause of your choosing. PayPal en Amérique du Nord. I can rock and roll for maybe it's gonna take me 1 hour, 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours to go 300 times, 300 fois. Today like a whole vlog like I do now for whatever meditations. I can go up and down the stairs, blah blah blah. $300, gonna give half, 150 from my anonymous sister friends. We donner 150 à ma soeur anonyme. So that's how we do it, man, you know. So we gotta get that X, that Y, and that Z, man. You know, that's how we do it, man. There we go. Homestead, Chemin Mont-Royal, Maison Smith. That's where we are, man. Bienvenue, welcome to the Parc du Mont-Royal. I gotta take a little bit of picture of this one, man. See? Right there, man. Welcome to, that's what it says. Welcome to Parc du Mont-Royal. See? So it is, man. Gotta take it on that up, man. Gotta take it on the go. That's how we do it. Oh, beautiful sky, though. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that. That's that vlog, man, for sure. Overtime, every time. Rock&Roll, that's the dying song. Ça, c'est la chanson. La devise, chanson Rock&Roll. En temps supplémentaire, à tous les fois, chaque fois. So we get overtime, man, you know. That's all it is, man. That's all it is with me, really, you know. Gratitude, workout, train, exercise, geopolitics, Rock&Roll, philosophy, androgynous art, dance, rainbow dragon, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. Basically, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. So basically, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom. So basically, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom, business, allies and armies, pledge your allegiance, legions, our family, prêtez allégeance, légion, vous êtes famille. Look at that beautiful blue sky, man. Look at that beautiful sky. Look at the sky, you gotta see it. That's the heavens of the queen. Goddess for a lean, for a Rock&Roll you seen. For the goddess you gotta see it. Goddess, that's the nature. That's the prayer for the kisses, for the rainbow dragon you gotta see it. For the kisses, for the hisses, for the snakes and for the hawks. For the nature, for the light and for the dark, for the rainbow of the sun, for the rainbow dragon one, for the sky. That's a beautiful sight. You can see it, I can see it. You can look up when you can believe it. That's the heavens. And I'm in that Montreal, you know it. For the island of the hawk. For the island of the hawk. That's the singing, tick and talk. For the talk and for the gossip. Hey, farmers and the butchers and the bakers and the nurses and the doctors. I gotta sing it. Somebody say I love you. For the firefighters. For the butchers, gotta sing it. For the liquor, gotta sing it. For the liquor, gotta see it. For the lovers, gotta sing it. For the youth, I gotta believe it. For the push-up, gotta push-ups. For the workers of the union. For the labor. For the nature. For the civilization. That's that. Heavens. Heavens, 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 that's the beautiful gate, I'm with it. Ain't the keys up in the melody, ain't the keys up in the smell sea, ain't the seas up in the river, ain't the seas up in the truckers, gotta go it. East or west, gotta fling it, for the birds and gotta lean it, for the left and gotta see it, for the hawks you gotta fly it. Et regardez le ciel, divin, divin, regarde, c'est le ciel. Et c'est le royaume, le dragon qui vous chante. Il faut regarder, on regarde. C'est le paradis du Mont-Royal, puis la déesse, je vous câline, des bisous qui conjuguent dans le Becherel, quel ciel, que ça danse. Ensemble, la belle province du Rock&Roll. Ça bouge les fesses, une parole d'amour, pas de Becherel pour l'en conjuguer de la danse. Puis, que ça fasse, puis ça danse. Et ça danse, puis ça regarde, puis ça ménage, ça dérange. Que je vous chante, mais quel ciel de la belle province, ben divin. Bu à place l'eau bénite du vin, puis que ça danse, puis ça chante le bleu ciel, le nouveau paradis, les enfers de la déesse du ciel, puis regardez, ensemble, s'il vous plaît, par en haut, puis par le ciel, de chez nous, de l'île Montréal, de la métropole et les régions que je viens de voir l'arc-en-ciel. Du bleu, de l'orange, du bleu, de l'orange, paradis, on fait le ménage. Pour le printemps, faut regarder en haut pour le voir. Faut regarder en haut pour le croire, faut regarder en haut pour le voir. Merci pour votre pourboire, bonjour. Oh yeah, that was nice, man. Look at our heavens, man. Wow, it's heavens, man. Heavens right there, man. You don't need to look anywhere else, man. Gotta recycle this, you know? Go in the recycling, man. Everything there, see? Everything the recycling, man. And this one, see? Put there. That's where it goes, man. See? But and then you close, and that's it, man. That's what you do. You don't leave it there, you know? Ne laissez pas dans la forêt. S'il vous plaît, please, please, please. Don't leave it in the forest. Look at the beautiful sky, man. That's just incredible on the sky, man.